Hello and welcome to the Female Esports League. We are finally in the playoffs. My name is Holler. This is Ashley Rita Wong. How are you today?
I'm good, man. We finally reached the playoffs, right?
Finally.
It feels like it's been, quite a while. It's been about, what, 4 weeks or so?
4 weeks, group stages, 30 teams. We finally found the top 8 teams. Or sorry, the top
8.
8?
Yeah, 8. 4
8
from
teams?
each group, basically. They head up into the playoffs, yeah.
Mhm.
So, yes, that's what we've got lined up for us this
Yes.
weekend here. And we begin things with a bang here, honestly. Like, you know,
Yeah.
we're going to begin with Elite versus Pacific Pink today. And
So, I mean, we have the top 2 teams, or sorry, okay, so they've taken the top 2 teams of each group.
right.
So we're going to look at Pacific Pink versus the second place team of Team Elite in Group B. And then later on, we're going to have Asterix versus Valor Esports in the best of 3, of course. So we're going to have 2 best of 3s, nothing but upper bracket. So that's going to be great. Obviously, tomorrow, we're kind of going to work out the whole losers bracket, and then it's going to be all that. So we got a whole bunch of Dota coming at you this weekend. Right now, we've got the first draft is underway. This is going to be Elite versus Pacific Pink. What do we know about these teams, and what do we feel?
These, I think, definitely, they're the top 4 teams of the entire tournament so far, and I think both have shown themselves to be incredibly formidable. I think Pacific Pink has just been that little bit more consistent in terms of drafting, in terms of actually winning. And of course, I think they've not dropped a single game, actually.
Yeah, they're 14-0.
They're 14-0. So Elite, they have dropped, I think, 1 game to Asterisk, I believe. No, Elite, they've dropped 2 games, sorry.
Yep.
I believe one of the games I watched was against Asterisk, and maybe we didn't watch the other one. But,
Okay.
So they do see a very formidable opponent in Pacific Pink, but it's again, I think a lot of this rides on the back of Meredy from Elite. So she's the offlaner, and if she has a good game, what happens is that most of the team, just gels around her. She's like the playmaker, and I believe Sand King should be hers. So they're confident. They just go, hey, let me just pick your offlaner all the time first. And she's really good at Sand King.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, Sand King was quite the hero. It's probably top 5 offlaner right now.
Definitely.
I think it's very, very strong. I agree with all of your points. Mind you, this is pretty amazing because Pacific Pink has only been playing together for about 4 or 5 months. And then I think Team Elite has been together for like a month going into this, right? So these teams are relatively new, and in terms of that whole gelling and then fighting together. It hasn't been, it's difficult, right? Because usually you want to play for months and just kind of get used to one another, right? So that's very interesting going in. Now, if we're looking at some of the picks and the bans, what kind of sticks out to you other than that Sand King?
I'm always still very surprised that Night Stalker is still being banned,
Yeah.
After all the nerfs, you think he'd be nerfed into daylight or something like that. But no, he's still being picked and he's still OP. Like
He's still
I think now the build is you get a pink bastion and nullifier. So if you get a nullifier, and then basically it's a mini AoE doom,
Can't get away from him,
can't get away from him. So it's a big problem. And of course, Faceless Void is another very popular carry to be picked right now. Bashes are insane. Farms wonderfully. Chronosphere always OP as always.
Now, what do you think about this Gyro first, second and third pick for Pacific? Like, it's right off the bat. Obviously, they're going, hey, this is our carry. This is what we're going to go. Or is it going to be more like a mid? What are you kind of thinking with this?
I think gyros are very commonly run mid, actually. Probably the intention is usually to run the gyro mid, but if the draft, if they are forced into, let's say, an unfavorable mid matchup, they could switch the gyro over to the safe lane. So, this is a very bold move. Yeah, like you mentioned, bringing your carry, putting your carry at like your first 2 picks. Yeah, that's usually not what you want to do. But then again, because they've banned out, let's say, the ones that are really pesky against gyro, perhaps if you the Night Stalker and the Void, of course, right? These are awful against against gyrocopter. So they're gonna go for, they're like confident. Okay, we've cleared out these pesky ones. We're confident to go with gyrocopter, and they follow up with a Keeper of the Light, which is again, I think, one of the most underrated but slowly picking up supports of this current patch right now.
That Wisp is so annoying.
It is
so
annoying. It was always annoying. I think it's just the fact that like the other spells like Chakra Magic, right? So Chakra Magic, Blinding Light, these skills are just really overpowered right now.
Yeah,
so.
It just the amount of team fighting that he brings. He just has so much, and the fact that he's just so fast. I mean, he's on that horse, right?
He rides a horse, obviously. Right? Yeah.
He's just
but
super annoying to
I would have
deal
expected
with.
gyro, in gyro as well, right? Riding on a helicopter, basically.
True.
So you just said gyro's pretty fast.
I mean, before that pick, I probably would have thought like more of like an IO. like IO Gyro, to me, I just feel like
Yeah,
that combination is just so strong. But I mean, again, if you don't have an IO player, you can't play IO, right? So I think that's what they're thinking. But now you've seen the Gyro, Lina, Keeper of the Light. Okay, you have Sand King, Wind Ranger. Like, what is your pick here, and why are you, I guess, going in that direction?
Gyrolina. A lot of burst damage. They're looking for a. They are early. Honestly, they are early to mid game here. They've got strong lanes already, and they've got very very incredible magic and physical damage coming up from both Gyro and Lina, and sorry, Gyro and Lina. So, that's gonna tide them over very well. As compared to, let's say, you see Elite, you have like one Wind Ranger, and then you've got that Sand King and the Grimstroke that deals basically magic damage. Yeah, okay. Not that the Grimstroke isn't good, but you know, normally now I don't see any objective taker on the side of Elite. Whereas for Pacific Pink, I'm like, wow, this could go in a lot of different directions here. You know.
Yeah, I mean, but that Legion Commander screams offlane, obviously.
Yeah.
Legion Commander being a very strong offlaner right now, and it's got the lockdown. It's got pretty much, because Sand King and Wind Ranger kind of want to run in and out of fights, right? And so you have that hero that can kind of control the battlefield. You make sure you you secure the kill and you kill him, right? So
and then we talked about like the magic burst damage just now, so that magic burst is going to help a lot with the Legion duel.
But I see it. I can foresee a duel happening, and then the Keeper of Light with like the blinding light just pushing him away.
Yeah,
just like one of those fails, but maybe only in my pubs. I'm
I
not
think,
sure.
yeah.
I'm actually the keeper. Okay, but
I'm sure you meant well, right?
yeah,
I'm sure you
I
meant
mean,
well.
yeah. I was like, why you hit my Legion? Blinding light, boom. And then
Yeah,
I was trying to save
okay,
him, but
this was the interesting thing. I think they deliberately baited out the Juggernaut pick here. If you look at the bans, right? So they banned the Lifestealer and the Slug, which are popular kinds of carries here as well. But normally, if you ban the Lifestealer, you're also thinking of banning the Juggernaut because these two heroes, they have innate spell immunity. So I think they wanted Elite to pick the Jug in this case here. Because now the Jug, right, normally you're like, okay, yeah, great. I've got, lots and lots of control against the magic burst that's coming out of Pacific Pink. But then now the fact is that you've got a Legion to deal with as well. So they're like, we're comfortable bringing this Legion versus Juggernaut because, if you get the duel off here, Juggernaut probably isn't going to survive this way here.
Yeah. It's going to be super rough. And to be honest, I actually think the laning phase, it actually is in favor of the LC.
Yeah,
so even though the Jug was picked after as like a counter pick, it doesn't really work that way.
Because they don't really have, like, honestly, what carry do they want to really run right now? It's really just the Juggernaut. So they deliberately, like, I think even giving Slug to them might have been Slug would not wouldn't have worked very much in Elite's lineup. Yeah, Juggernaut is way better. So yeah, they're like have the Jug,
Would you think maybe Elite is running a Wind Ranger mid even?
Yeah. This looks to be like a Wind Ranger mid for sure.
Okay.
So it's going to be a core Wind Ranger. If there can be Shackles, there can be Miracles. So Shackles can be she can snowball and take over the game a little bit because Pacific Pink, all of them are quite susceptible to physical damage actually, except in the early game, of course, except for Legion Commander maybe.
So Elite to me, one of the things that is the Sand King, he generally likes to get Veil, Blink, and then just kind of make plays.
Yep.
But they have so much magic damage they're up against,
you have so
right?
much.
So somebody needs to get Pipe.
He's probably gonna get Hood first, don't you think? Yeah.
I think you need Hood.
I think you need
it.
a Hood,
You got to
right?
fight into all of like the Gyro Lina. That's just super
Gyrolina
cool,
is
right?
insane.
Somebody has to prioritize Pipe. In my opinion, Elite needs that tanky guy. And actually, I love an Abaddon here, but I'm just an Abaddon player because it brings the sustain, it gives you survivability, the shield. I think Abaddon is actually overpowered right now. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, I think Abaddon is overpowered here, but they go okay.
Okay.
I guess because of the magic damage, right, that's coming out from Pacific Ping, so.
On the OD.
that's
Okay, so OD versus
terrifying.
Ember. OD destroys Ember.
This is terrifying. I was like, wow.
So they need to lane this properly. It looks like Ligaya.
No, Ligaya is position 4. She's not going mid. Jaina is going mid on the Ember Spirit.
Okay.
So they're gonna. Ember Spirit is already gonna have a very tough lane.
Yeah.
And I mean, okay, both drafts are very well rounded, but if you're talking about lane matchups here, I think Pacific Ping win this one straight up here.
Yeah, I think so. I think this is. I love the OD pick in the end.
Yeah.
I think they have the lockdown with LC. It's. I'm in full favor of Pacific Pink. I think that they're just going to steamroll this game. Mind you, both of these teams play very, very fast.
Yeah.
They're very
they do.
coordinated, and they usually end games in about 30 minutes. So this is one of those things where if you blink, you might miss it kind of thing. So we're going to see how these two teams play. Obviously, this is the top 4 teams in all of FSL. So we're going to see some high-level Dota coming up. The players are getting in. Now, aside from what you said in terms of the draft and all that and the pick that you had, is there anything else that kind of just sticks out to you? Like, is this Grimstoke, does he have enough counter, you know what I mean, like the synergy, like the shackles with the soulbind, like, you know what I mean,
I
is
feel
there enough?
like whatever the OD pick, like you mentioned, is honestly really brilliant because whatever Grimstroke brings to the table right now, I think the OD can actually save them from whatever Grimstroke, whatever's being thrown on top of the Grimstroke soulbind, or if let's say somebody gets stunned up or silenced up, you can astral them away. So yeah, I think the OD pick is honestly very, very brilliant here.
Okay, so we're just going to go into while we have a little bit of pause, let's go into the teams. Would you like to do the Radiant?
Alright, okay, so on the Radiant here, we've got Bay Rider on the Grimstroke. She should be going into the safe lane, I suppose. Yeah, Bay Rider probably goes to the safe lane. Jaina will be playing the Ember Spirit mid. Ligaya will be going off lane on the Wind Ranger. The Russian here we know her as Gil. She'll be playing Juggernaut in the safe lane, and Meredy, and a Singaporean player apparently, she will be playing the off lane Zen King.
So, just funny note that the winner of this team is guaranteed to come to Singapore to play in the FSL. So it's in terms of the bracket.
Right. So that FSL Elite, right?
Yeah.
The offline event. Yeah.
So this is pretty important. But the thing is that for like everybody's gonna get flown into, and then Meridy's just gonna like wake up, and then she's already gonna be here. She's gonna have no no travel arrangements, no nothing. But I mean, all the best to her, obviously. Now, if we're looking at Pacific Pink. Sherry's going to be on the gyrocopter, Naomi on the Keeper of the Light, KJ on the Lena, and X-Hate on the OD, NM on the LC. Mary, I believe, is the position 2. Okay, so Mary is going to be X-Hate. So a little bit of
that's right.
I had to check the legend, so to speak, in terms of these players. Okay, so nothing too crazy. Obviously, a little bit of pause action here. Oh, I love this carrier.
What's that one?
I don't know. Look at it. It's like a little bug. Look, he's
that's fine.
Somebody riding.
Oh, actually, okay, Raku, the little thing riding the bug. It looks like a dung beetle, like the jaws. Or a rhinoceros beetle.
Yeah. I think we'll just pause this. I think this is easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like a.
I don't remember. This is one of the compendiums, right?
That's actually.
It's Beetle Bark and Plot. I don't remember when this guy came out.
After 2020, so it should have
somewhat recent.
come out this year.
Yeah, I don't remember which compendium.
Oh, isn't it just this year's? It's just that we don't recognize the skin because you can change the skin. You go back to the career.
Yeah,
and then I think you see the different styles.
Yeah, that I know.
So I think you can
maybe because I've never
select
zoomed
the styles. Yeah.
Let's look at the basic one.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, I can't change it.
Yeah. And I think this was this year's TI.
Okay.
It looks so different.
It does, yeah.
I mean, I have this one, but I'm like.
Yeah, I have it too, but like I don't know.
Doesn't look that way.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I just cycle all.
Okay,
shuffle,
so do you have a preference for the draft, or are you going to side with me as well on this?
No, I think Pacific Pink. I just like their draft. Yeah, I just think the LC, it's really going to come down to NM just making plays and doing the lockdown and just blowing people up.
Do you think the Wind Ranger the Ember Spirit could actually run away with this game?
I mean, all things are possible, right? All things are possible. Oh, I just spoke like Ember. Did you see that? You know what I mean? He only does 4 words.
Yes,
all things. Oh my gosh! Because I was like, that kind of sounds like Ember. But yeah. So in case you don't know, Ember only speaks in.
Actually cosplaying Ember right now. This is true dedication right here, guys. Like Holler, we're getting into the spirit of the game, and we're like cosplaying all the heroes.
We speak like them, and we just get it. So yep. Let's do the last hits just to start this one out. There's a little bit of ping action. I think they just want to get the OD in position. He does have a ward, but this Grim is also Smoke is going to do a sneaky ward there. They did not see him or see her. Sorry, I'm going to speak gender based on what hero they play, and I think from what I know, Grimstroke is a male. I'm not sure.
But he wears a skirt.
I mean, well, not every, some men wear skirts. you know, some kilt, that type. So
That's
I'm not here to
true.
judge.
Okay. Well,
But
shoot. How do we then? Okay, so we basically know then. Okay, so the only reason why we know Wind Ranger is female is because she has boobs. Is that it then?
um, yeah, I don't know. Like
And like
yeah, and
Lena,
like
yeah.
Legion,
See,
yeah,
why does Lena?
yeah, and
but,
Lena,
but
we just gotta check his. We gotta
we're
see.
not checking her out, but well, but everybody knows Legion's backstory as well, right? Isn't it that she's a female commander here? So
Yeah, yeah, she's a Legion commander.
yeah. But
Okay,
she's
so
female.
in terms of the runes, it's looking to be a little bit of a nice even split with 2-2.
Yep, 2-2.
Yeah. Sorry, this NM is going to throw me off without the tag there. So, okay. The biggest one for me, I think this Ember just getting outplayed by the OD or whatnot because it's such a bad lane. Right?
Yeah.
The OD is a huge favorite.
But I think in general, Ember lanes don't win. Actually, they don't win straight up. It's sort of like you kind of try to survive the laning stage, and then after that you start making plays around the map, and that's when you really start scaling. But this is a rough lane.
Grim getting very low, fighting out with
Oh.
Lena, a little support on support action.
Trading with a Lena is not too wise,
Yeah. Oh, be careful. Okay. All right. So, kind of rough position to start. This Grimstroke is in like a bad spot because you can't really help, and now you're just like leeching XP off of your jugs. The stun is off the mark, but Lena's just kind of like this is a terrible spot like for the Radiant. You know what I mean? Because they have no vision there, and then the fact
So
that like
this is something that like as a safe lane support, sometimes I'm like, wow, this is actually so annoying, and there's nothing much that I can really do, about it.
Yeah.
This is definitely in favor of the Dire's off lane here, and with a hero like Lena, who is basically so has such insane range and
Right.
actually very decent base damage as well.
yeah.
So she's just gonna be a pain in the butt, and both of these Radiant safe laners are not so safe after all.
Yeah, and it comes back to this Legion, right? Like this, she has such a huge advantage in my opinion. Like once she gets going, she's just so difficult to deal with. She has a lot of sustain, and like the Jug really can't get close to get some last hits.
Right. You see, she's so now. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what the Legion skill build is right now, but I don't think you normally go for moment of courage first. Here, do you still go for the passive?
Not
don't
normally.
you go for overwhelming odds
overwhelming
first, right?
odds,
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. Like she doesn't even think she needs that.
But
at
this
all.
is the type where she can just sit in the middle of the creep wave, and knowing that hey, if you hit me, like you're gonna get, you know what I mean? Like it can work. So.
Right.
I don't think it's the worst.
Mm-hmm.
She has a lot of good skills in my opinion. So nothing too crazy. Now, sorry, one thing I'm noticing is the lack of zoom out.
Do you want to check your settings if
Yeah,
you can
I don't remember
use
where
the
that
zoom?
is.
I think it's in advanced hotkeys.
Is advanced? Dun, dun, dun.
No, zoom out the mouse. That's weird.
Okay, it's not working.
See if you.
Oh, maybe because it's paused. I don't know.
No. Even if it's
Even
paused, you can, I think, do it.
Okay, we'll figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but we're about to get underway here. Just last hits 8-2, 6-0
I mean,
on the Ember.
as you kind of expected, just only 8-2 and Ember. I'm surprised Ember got 6 assets even actually.
That's true. That's quite a lot actually.
That's actually quite a lot.
But this Jugs is kind of getting bullied here. Doesn't spin.
Didn't bring that much regen either.
Yes, it's a little worrying, especially with this Lena. Okay, has the Basilius.
Right, and then so at this point in time, I felt like Grimstroke should have backed off already, being very low, stacked the cam, and then pulled basically. But now she didn't stack this cam.
Yep.
But it will also have been spotted up by that Dire Observer ward that was placed down here, which allowed the Lena to basically harass the Grimstroke. But Grimstroke going back now?
Yeah, I don't know what she's really doing. She's in a bad spot. Mind you, she has 1 mango to her name, so not really much that she can do. She's like a glamorized range creep at this point. I mean,
and
what? How did she miss? Okay, she's pulling the creeps. Oh, the
and
courier!
The courier is actually gonna go down.
Oh my gosh, that was a disaster.
Oof! She gets the creeps. Okay, to go here, and then she's gonna finish up she's gonna finish up the camp, and then she's gonna bring the creeps over. Oh my goodness!
And the funny thing is that the courier, she sent the courier back with the wards that were on it. So just like worst case scenario, like
she didn't get anything.
She didn't get at the items,
absolutely,
and then lost the courier.
Well.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Okay. So
that was really dangerous. Ow.
It's still a little early, but that does not help you going in. Obviously,
No, that really, like, Amber already has a bad time mid now, okay?
yeah.
And then now you're just messing some more with her. Ooh, that's a bit of a rocket barrage to the face onto Meredy.
That creep is tanking up a decent amount. Oh, the shackle!
Oh, the
It gets him
shackle's gonna
on
come out.
in.
They do
Does
have
have the
another
power
stun.
shot. Oh no, he's a win run. They're gonna chase for this,
Stun
and they got
for
the
it.
stun.
They're
They get in the
going for
right
it.
click, and that's gonna be first blood. That was gonna be shared.
Yeah.
So
it
the
was gonna
Cuddle
be
is
shared.
now here. He's got
Uh,
the blinding light though, but a little bit of a pause action. Just kind of get their. Somebody's probably lagging a little bit here, but.
But the nice
Wow.
thing is, once you go into an offline event, the chances are that your lag reduces a lot more
Of
because
course.
everybody's
Of
at
course.
the event itself. And
course.
yeah, so guys, FSL Elite, that's going to be on the 15th and 16th of November. If you're going to be in Singapore, please come down and watch. Support some local DOTA action going on.
Right now, to be honest, I don't. Do you know where they're ping? Most of these players are in the Philippines. Do we know
Yes.
rough ping numbers?
Ping isn't really much of an issue as much internet stability.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
normally it's just maybe
Interesting. Okay.
inconsistent speeds or
Mhm.
sometimes in fact I think it was on Sunday we had an earthquake actually interrupt our games. Like they were
What?
like, pause, there's an earthquake going on right now.
So did you unpause it? You're like, I don't believe that.
I don't think we can unpause, right? Well,
Okay.
I'm not gonna go anywhere near the F9 button. I'm
yeah. No,
just not going to do that.
Yeah. So what times are acceptable to let them pause? Because
What times are
yeah.
acceptable? Oh, dude,
like
okay.
what excuses have you heard? That
The
you've been like,
previous
okay,
one,
that's
right?
okay.
They have had like fights like they have had pauses right in the middle of fights, like in
Yeah.
Roshan itself. Right before the initiation, like I see Earth Spirit like rolling in
Yeah.
already, and then the pause comes
Oh,
out. Then I'm
no.
like,
Oh no.
jeez.
Yeah.
Oh my god, right
Yeah.
now. Oh. And then just last night when I was playing, there was this my mid laner invoker, so he was really greedy. It was nighttime. He wanted to Midas one creep, and then he was like, and then there was a pause, and we couldn't tell because he was where the melee creeps were going to meet the enemy what do you call it, the enemy wave, right? But because it was nighttime, so we weren't too sure whether he was actually being seen by the. So then
Okay.
basically, then he asked me, hey, ask in chat, ask if the bounty hunter is bot. Then I was like, okay, it's bounty hunter bot. Then they're like, they obviously say
Yeah.
don't know, or they said no or don't know. Then I was like, okay, good, invoker, you can Midas the creep.
So, okay.
Then
Interesting
he
that you have like honest opponents, right?
No, I don't know whether they were honest or not, lah. But it's basically to mind game. Then that the invoker wasn't top. I don't know if they see the invoker even. So then he was still confident. He was like, I'm gonna Midas the range creep.
Okay.
They were like, do it. But then he QQWs as well, lah. So.
All right, so all the players are back in. The Gyro did give up first blood on that, but it looks like a little bit tower damage, at least coming top. What do you think just about this Gyro Kato lineup?
It should be a lot stronger than this, but I think Kato was away in the jungle, might have been stacking or something like that. Wasn't there to protect Sherry because she got, stunned up initially, and then she was like, oh, okay, that's fine, that's just one stun, right? But then the follow-up shackle, and then and then Meredy eating her mango just to get another stun, and a very well-deserved kill on that gyrocopter.
Okay.
So this lane, again, we're gonna see if Meredy seems to be, this is a very strong lane, right? They run this Sand King Windrunner lane quite a number of times and to a lot of success as well. So they are
Look
good.
at
They might be able to carry the game. I'm not entirely sure, but
I mean, it's really going to come down to Meredy making plays.
Yeah.
I think you stated that earlier. I mean, just the team revolving around her and making sure that they make the right amount of plays. But if we're looking at last hits, 23 and 6, 24 and 6 for the Sand King. Oh, the stun is going to keep him alive. Slow is there, but it looks like Lena's just going to kind of scurry her way back home. She should be fine.
The level 5 Ember chasing after level 2 Lena.
Yeah. This is and through that all, OD's been just chipping
like,
the damage,
thanks
right?
for the space. Oh, last hit though. Oh.
Yeah. Look at that. The damage.
Not even
that
getting.
damage.
Not
and
even
then
letting her get any of
oh
the
my
creeps.
gosh. Okay, and the 5-minute runes are coming up. Coddle and Sand King are going to kind of meet. Coddle's going to have to run away, probably secure the top, but
Yeah,
he's
they're
going to
gonna
run into the
trade
Wind
there.
Ranger. Oh, but the Blinding Light, nope.
Nope, doesn't
Wouldn't
matter.
run.
Blinding Light doesn't stop your ability to
Gandalf,
pick up runes.
run, you fool. Oh, Chakra, the stun is one there, and the Sandstorm and the right click for the Wind Ranger will kill and secure the Coddle. A little bit less action on the bottom with this Lina just kind of making her way around.
So
If we're looking at the bounties, what is this? Figured out. How do I figure this out? So
3
two
to
from
elite. 3 to is it? No, 2
the
to
two
2 apiece.
do,
Yeah,
two
2 apiece.
yeah. Yeah, Lena got both of them. They were just by herself. Oh, the spin is here. The stun is not going to do anything with the magic immune jug spinning along, and she's in a bad spot. She gets healed up.
Oh, wow.
Overwhelming odds. And then
good.
look at the turn. Oh, the stun, but the LC was like, no, free lane. I'm going to go farm. So a little bit more right click.
Yeah.
Misses, and the totem is here.
Kitty comes out. No,
Oh,
my
and the
dice-
totem goes down too. That's a free 75 gold. Well played by the Lena there. That was just a complete bullying. Wow.
Yeah.
And so now the LC free farming it. Got no one to contest.
Uh-huh.
All right, so we're just going to not watch the LC free farm. But
Alright.
let's see this little bit of action with this gyro up top. Level 5, though.
Uh-huh.
So she has a
Has been
slight
given
advantage.
quite a lot of space here. So one thing interesting that OD actually went to the Ember's medium camp, and it was farming it like right under the Ember's nose, there. And there was nothing the Ember could have done, because
Oops.
ooh, yeah. So that was the camp that this camp over here was something that X8 was actually farming, and
Right.
then the Ember was like, excuse me, hello. Because the OD's medium camp is a lot further right for the side of the Dire, so that's why she's just like, well, let me just take this. This is mine.
Right. I mean, the OD there with the haste just running up on the Ember, really, you can't get away. That's the problem, right? This OD just does some major right-click action.
And OD now 47 to 9, and Ember just 24 and 0. No, that's a big yikes, man.
Yeah, 47 to 9. This is like, what, 80 last hits is like a perfect lane.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And this is like the 7-minute mark at 50.
Normally, let's say like by the 10-minute mark, you're expecting for your mid laner to go around maybe 60, 65, and now she's already 52 here.
Yeah,
So
she's having
that's
a
insane.
monster.
Yeah.
Actually, 60 is quite a lot.
Yeah, 60 is quite a lot, but for mid laners,
Yeah.
normally you're trying to, because the last hits is a lot more pronounced in that sense. Like you get the full lane by yourself. Usually it's a 1v1, and you do farm the medium camps as well. So that one is still, I think 50 to 60 is definitely something that is well within reach for most mid laners.
And so Ember completely bullied out. Actually might die to creeps, getting very, very low. She's really got nowhere to go. She's got the Remnant up.
She doesn't matter for
and
TP.
there's a stack there, but honestly, like this is the walk of shame, right? Like you can't even deal with the jungle creeps. Not strong enough for that. On the other hand, LC here, Blightstone, Bracer, Phase Boots, doing way better than the Jugs, who's only level 5.
Yeah. KJ honestly doing a wonderful job. That's like perfect support plays there.
Right.
Zoning out zoning out the enemy so perfectly. And so
Yeah.
she very interestingly actually went for a point in Fiery Soul at level 2 actually, instead of the her first skill. So that one actually I think made the slightest difference just in the engagement at bottom, because the Lina managed to live from the fact that she had shoes as well as the stun. Oh, the stun's gonna clip onto the Ember.
It gets slowed in. The Remnant, that should be the death of the Lina. It's going to be with a DD.
Yeah, that's a
very
DD.
easy.
I mean, I think Jaina she's doing the right thing right now. Trying to make rotations while she can.
Yeah.
The
I mean, she just needs, like, what is that first item that she needs or that she gets, and she's be like, okay, I can start making plays.
I don't know, because like normally as an Ember you want to go for Maelstrom here, right? But I don't really know if Maelstrom's the item. Like
Yeah.
maybe Yule Scepter here.
Do you go Magic Emperor, or right click?
I think you have to go Magic Ember, but the thing is that it's so hard to say, because even if she goes like a Magic Ember thing, she's just not going to scale as well.
Oh, with a sand
but
kick. He does have a stun. The Blinding Light is going to get on him. He gets out. The call down is being used. He uses his stick, and he's got the Sandstorm, and they do not see him. And he did take a lot of damage, but yeah, it is pricey.
It's kind of pricey.
I mean, Gyro should definitely get it. Oh,
she gets
Blinding Light,
blasted
he
out
gets
of her.
blasted out, yeah. All right, but a nice play there. I mean, she kept herself alive, wasted the call down, and hopefully she can shrine. No, not yet.
No,
for
not
another-
yet. Yeah, but I think she'll be fine. They've expanded a lot. The OD is rotating here.
Oh, sorry.
Let's see. I think yeah, OD has to come here and try to make
Yep.
something, you know, of
Oh,
that
the
sanking.
sandstorm.
Oh, the
Cheeky.
sandstorm
Oh, but the blinding light, not far enough.
Very nice, Naomi. But she's
Oh,
gonna
the
turn.
stun.
Do
Oh,
you Astro? Yes.
The Astro, nice save. The OD, they should
But
be
they're standing in the
able
sandstorm.
to.
Touch one more time on that. Yeah. Papa. Oh,
Oh!
no, that's
She's alive. 30-something seconds. Merity with the plays. And she sticks, and she just kind of waddles back home. Look at this. I think it's waddling because, like, look at the claw. One claw's like bigger than the other one. Have you seen this?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
sanking?
yeah. I think in the skin itself, right? One is bigger, right? Like
Yeah,
it's a big
yeah,
throbbing,
yeah,
like
yeah.
what's it? Poison or caustic
Yeah,
filled,
yeah,
right? Yeah,
yeah.
it's filled with the caustic.
Yeah. That's where all the poison is. It's in the left one. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yeah, Merity
Look at the plays.
living
Look at
on
the
that.
plays.
Oh, it's insane.
Yeah, that was very nicely played. Now here comes the LC, super angry. Just being able to bully the jugs. Like if we're looking at, like, look at this, 96 last hits for the OD.
OD is insane here. Like she's
Wow.
been keeping up in farm and making rotations as well. And like you mentioned, last hits on this in this lane here, right? The LC has 54 and 22 denies.
Oops.
I believe. Oh, okay. Let me
Play
just
jumping
look
in.
at top lane for a bit.
They do have
Oh,
a
they
sentry. The
sentry?
call down? Oh, they do have a sentry.
Ding.
But
out,
the
I
sandstorm,
mean-
they're doing a lot of work. He's gonna die.
No,
Oh my
she's got-
gosh.
it's the veil and
Yeah, she did not expect that damage, and she's gonna have to TP to the shrine, and she's gonna go through. But wow, Merity just kind of bullying, right? Like you kind of expected her to do like decent,
See, we
right?
talked about her getting that hood, right? But she's like, I don't care. I've
Yeah.
got a veil.
I'm gonna veil sandstorm. Like this is the way you play Sand King.
Yeah, this is the way you want
Right.
to play Sanking. Like I think this is like Sanking at its finest when you
Yeah.
can be ultra aggressive. And yeah, so if you're rushing a Blink Veil, I think. But I mean, she knows that she's probably the only one doing well, as you can see from the net worth on the side of her team here. So she's 4.7k net worth, higher than the Legion commander actually. So.
Ooh,
Ooh,
smoke.
but there's a smoke.
They're gonna look to go bottom and try to catch out somebody. LC is nearby. Oh, I would not have put that word there. Oh, but it doesn't seem.
No. There's a sentry up there.
It's a sentry.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's a
did they
sentry
see
up there.
it?
They see it. Yes, they know.
Oh
They
no.
probably know like the there's suddenly there's
Yeah.
a red dot on your on your
Yeah,
side.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a Juggernaut already backs stuff into
Yeah,
the jungle.
Juggernaut.
Yeah. B
So-
Rider,
Okay.
they're not gonna show. Oh no, but
No
she showed
jugs,
up here.
buddy.
No!
Okay, but the imprisonment
stun,
for the
the
first
follow-up
one, the
stun.
stun. Can they time this right? Oh, the blinding
Of
light and the sack. Oh, the
course.
duel! Let him with the duel!
Let him duel, and that's like a 5-man rotation as well.
Oh man, that's the time where you're like, just hold
on,
off a
guys.
little bit. I mean,
Just calm down.
okay,
You know, it's a free kill.
you're worried about the spin. You're worried about. I mean, even if he spins,
But
you
even
right click
if he
it,
spins, there are
right?
5 people here.
Yeah, I mean that would have been fine. But maybe like the Omni and the kind of just, you know what I mean? Like he bounces around, he gets lucky, maybe.
Level 1 Omni Slash is like
It
the
doesn't
most
do anything. No,
dog
but I
shit
mean, I.
spell.
But she could maybe get away. You know what I mean? Like maybe she bounces somewhere where she can kind of hide away. I don't know, maybe.
Right. They
But
just wanted
the
it to be
potential is
really
there.
Clean, right? Yeah.
But the thing is that you definitely should have let her get the duel off, right? That's like a pretty big mistake in my
yeah.
opinion.
Well,
I remember I played with an LC for the first 25 minutes. He had, I think, 10 duel damage, and he was like,
Oh, that's a
the
two-man
two-man storm,
stun.
the sandstorm as well. The stun is gonna
Sentry is
miss.
dropped as well.
They do see him, or do you
Oh,
see
the Willow
her?
Wisp
But on the
actually
back, the
catches.
Wisp just kind of controlling everybody, and they're gonna look to just disengage off of this. The Shrine is being used as well. The spin just to, I don't know.
Take down the Will-O-Wisp.
Oh, they
he
catch
getting
out the
the gyro?
gyro. Merity making plays. Does not have the
One more
stun though.
No.
Doesn't have it. Okay, but nothing. But not a bad play by Merity. I mean, getting the gyro is one thing, right? They are leading in kills. It doesn't feel like that.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that, right? It feels like the Dire are just farming better. As you can see, like the top, the cores on the Dire, they are all in what, top 4 net worth here.
Right.
With
But I
only
love.
just the Sand King here.
Yeah, but I love the fact that Merity has gotten her veil. She's got her blink, and she can start making plays.
Yeah,
Right.
she knows. She recognizes that her
This is a
team
huge
needs her.
prospect,
That the other lanes didn't go so hot, so she's got to be the one to pick up the slack.
Yeah. And to be honest, she's been making plays. She's been creating a lot of space. And then getting this T1 will just kind of help with that swing in terms of the net worth, right? So
Yeah.
just
They're
getting them
trading
back
top
into
as well, actually. The Odie and the
Yeah.
Lina are going to trade for the same tower top lane there.
Okay, but a glyph there used by the Radiant to kind of just help with this push. Obviously
just
buying
gonna
themselves a
trade, I
little time.
suppose.
Now, do you take this T1 and then TP top? Do you fight for that, or what do you do?
Let's check out the health of top lane tower. I think they could defend this. Yeah, they could definitely defend this, but nobody's. Oh yeah,
Oh,
they're
the
TPing
TVs are
in
coming. They
here.
don't have a glyph.
Oh, they don't have a
It's,
glyph.
they're going to be able to deny it. The Wind Ranger
Gaia's
gets
gonna
the the Shekel doesn't actually hook onto anything.
So that's a slight fuse Batman, but Ligaya
But
is
no,
higher level than the
deny?
Juggernaut, by the way.
Nobody's really.
Yeah, Ligaya's 9, Juggernaut is 8.
Okay.
So
Okay. Okay.
this is kind of a fuse Batman.
Yeah. So 3 runes go to Elite. They look like they're turning this around. Obviously, the 1K net worth lead is like a bit of a wash. The only thing, though, is that this
They
you
could
can
deny
deny.
this, right?
Okay. I'm sure people like haven't got their calculator out and be like, "Oh, is this 10%? Can I deny this now?" Or
Guys, if it's just 10%, take away the last 0. That's all you gotta do. Ooh, Ember.
oh,
going
with the
forward.
remnant forward, gets the chains. He's got nowhere. Drops the hammer.
Silence.
Doesn't really kill anybody, but the call down is on the back on none of this. The LC is finally here. Gets the heal up. The soulbind is being used, and it looks like they're going to disengage the sandstorm, just creating a lot of space on the back end of this. They do kill the Grimstroke. The Wisp is also being used, but that will go down as well. Grimstroke actually buys back for this. Okay, so all in all, just a Grimstroke death and a buyback. Not the end of the world.
So they tried to chain stun the OD, which they did perfectly. You know, the Sand King into the lead. Sorry, the Sand King stun into the chains from the Ember into Sand King stun into the follow up from the silence from the Grimstroke as well as the shackle from the Wind Ranger. But
There's always
LC with the place. LC with the place.
Yeah,
Getting
nice heal.
yeah, the save was wonderful onto the OD, and even though the OD didn't have Astral, yeah, it didn't really matter because LC coming in big with the place.
Yeah. I mean, the Grimstroke, the Soulbind there, the Chinese finger trap, and they were kind of perfectly in sync, just
yeah,
backing
they were
up.
still backing off together.
Like there was no confusion. So very nicely played by the Dire there. But the Jugs now, I mean, they'd have 2 T1s. Is this what you do? Obviously, like you have like the right amount of items in terms of Blink, and that's Jugs has got drums. It's still a little way from Yasha, but do you continue to push? Do you be aggressive? What do you do?
I wouldn't like the Juggernaut to be farming over here, honestly.
Yeah,
like,
especially by
I
yourself,
would just
yeah.
like, okay, Juggernaut, you know what? Bottom looks like there's a lot of space there.
Yeah.
You know, I would rather you go bot instead of getting you, if not getting beaten up by that OD and Legion Commander, or you know, getting taken down. But yeah, I feel like Meredy here shouldn't be kind of like she was babysitting and letting the Jug bait for a bit, but I think Meredy needs to also have a lot of farm and to further her an advantage here, because she is that force who is going to be carrying the team for a bit, at least till the Ember is able to come online.
Okay, they're looking like the Blink in. That's the reveal. The imprisonment on the Wind Ranger. Do they have the follow-up stun? They do. Yes. And just like that. Do you really need the Laguna? Oh, but the stun in the back, the sandstorm. Does anyone have a dust for this? Okay, they have the wisp and the duel. They're gonna the right click is gonna be just enough, and they're gonna be a death of the Sand King.
Oh, that's a big kill, honestly. Like Sand King, the only one doing well.
Yeah. And they're looking to turn this into a tower. So,
yeah.
like I said before, Pacific Pink does not waste any time.
Yeah.
Taking 2 kills, and then they're continuing to push. They're going to take every little advantage that they can get.
Okay, but you know, I say that they are, what do you call it, that they get the kill on the Sand King, and then like it's a big deal and all that. Actually, Ember has been farming like quite quietly by himself, and has, you know, risen to second in net worth, while the rest of Pacific Pink, they've been fighting a lot, right? So you look at the Gyro's net worth. That's not where you want your Gyro to be, honestly. Like 6.8k, honestly, is not a lot for a Gyro who can farm stacks.
Yep.
And a lot of this net worth is sitting on the OD right now, 8.8k net worth. So I think they want to take down the OD, but this OD is so hard. Like, wow. It's actually not funny. Oh, they smoked up, actually. They're going to walk up to the high ground and they might see...
This is going to be tough because they don't have the
Dire.
vision. So they're going to pop the Embers there. He's like, oh, I've been revealed.
Revealed.
Catches in, gets the chains on the Lina. Stun is going to be up the mark, but it doesn't really matter. That's going to be a dead Lina, and they'll probably disengage that.
I mean, you gladly sacrifice your Lina, right?
Yeah.
For like, that was a 4-man smoke there. Juggernaut, it was space for Juggernaut at top, sure. But 4-man commitment to that, and that means Meredy's not getting enough farm. The Ember, yes, the Ember gets the kill in the end. It's just that you get a position 4, you know?
Yeah. I mean, this is worrying. Now we're turning this around in the sense that, like, the Gyro was kind of struggling against the Sand King. The Gyro is what, top 4 in terms of net worth lead? But she still hasn't really, like, she needs that BKB. She definitely needs the next big item.
Yeah,
right?
BKB for sure. Like, that's like a straight up, not even funny, you've got to get this item here, because she's getting controlled way too much.
So, a little bit more farm and action in the middle. Now, what are you doing as the Lina and the Cuddle? Because obviously your rotations, they need to kind of pay off? You need to like stick with someone else, or what are you trying to do? Like, what's KJ doing here?
I think you need to get more vision out, honestly. Like the Radiant, they have a lot more vision. I mean, it's a bit defensive, but of course,
she's so scared.
Yeah, but the Dire, they only see the river basically, and that's going to be a bit of a problem for them. If they wanna, the Dire right now, I think they should be pressing their advantage, and so more aggressive vision. Let's say in the Radiant jungle. So yeah, that one word in the Dire jungle, well, they're not gonna go there anymore. You see, in the Radiant jungle, sorry, they're not gonna go there.
So a nice glyph there, saving it, but again, not denying their own T1 top. Like whenever I see something in deny range, I just deny it no matter what. Like aside, maybe if I have a Treant, I might not, but even then it's debatable. But like I will always deny it.
I will always deny it as well.
Is it? I mean, they obviously see this health, right? Like they should deny, right?
Yeah, I think so the interesting thing is that this offlane tower, this offlane tier 1 is actually more valuable than the other offlane tier 1.
Okay.
Solely because this one is is much closer to Roshan. And but the thing is that now Roshan is not really the objective you want to go for, right? So usually by the time you get around to Roshan, this tower should be down already.
I agree with that. Yeah.
So I don't know. Are they doing the whole let's keep it up for Roshan kind of thing, which I don't exactly agree with.
Yeah. I mean, I like as a Radiant, like you have the shrine. Like I don't really, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you really don't need to keep that T1 up. If anything, it prevents them from getting so much gold. Maybe they're just trying to prevent it as long as possible, but it's still very dangerous because anything that, like, any sort of push and that thing's just going to drop and then easy gold, right?
So you see the Dire, like, dithering around in the jungle. That's time that they're not farming, basically.
Yeah.
And, while, yes, you mentioned that they're really fast-paced and all that, but, you still also have to make sure that you're keeping up in farm, because if you just stand around and you're not getting any kind of kill or getting something done on the map, then the other team is farming, right? So that is the trade-off there in that sense.
Yeah. So Pacific Pink here realizing that Gyro just got his BKB.
BKB up, yeah.
So this is the time to fight, right? You know that you're in a great spot. The BKB, there we go. Congratulations, Gyro, on the 22-minute. BKB. Now, how can they turn this into some sort of objective, some sort of team fight? Like, I feel like they're kind of dilly-dallying a little bit.
Yeah, they are dilly-dallying. The pace has dropped a lot more. Dropped a lot from how quickly they were moving previously.
Yeah, and which is a worry because you're giving the Ember time to get back in this game.
Yeah, for sure.
And that is super rough because obviously the Ember, once he can turn this game around.
Right. Odie also has her BKB right now, so that's going to be another big thing. They definitely want to fight, and so they're going to be moving in top here, finally taking down that tower that they wanted to deny. I think you're going to go up to deny now. I'm not entirely sure, but okay. She's going to Sandstorm in front of the tower, actually. And
that's a free tower.
It's a free tower.
Oh, but they didn't get the last hit. Oh, well. I mean, gold is gold.
Right,
gets the stun off on the OD, gets healed up. He's got nowhere to go. And this is the power of the LC. Right? This Dispel, and this is why I love Abaddon as well, because dispelling any sort of, debuff, the stun, and then Doom with the Blade Mill, the Shackle is there, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. The Omni Slash is being used, 2 BKBs have been popped, and the Jugs is going to have to spin out, just try to run for his life. The drums have been used, and they're going to look to chase. How far are they going to go? No, they're not going to dive to at least... Oh, the Wisp is on the back of this one. The Kato goes down to the tower. And then the right-click action gets us out the Ember. He's got nowhere to go. BKB is being used. The Shackle's also there. But this Wisp has just kind of been super annoying. The LC's going to have to creep away. Gets imprisoned. He's got nowhere to go. He got left behind. And he's going to be a dead LC. And then the OD just blinks away. So 2 for what? Just 2 just for 1? That's not bad for the Radiant,
then. That's not too bad.
So what do you think about this OD blink as opposed to, like, Force into Hurricane Pike?
I think she wanted... Well, initially she was doing very well. That's why she decided to go for the blink. She figured that, I could beat people down more than... I could beat the opponents down faster than they can react. So, the blink is fine. It's more of just now.
No stats.
I think it was the she does have the Kaya, so that's okay. And I think eventually she might want to get a Hurricane Pike of her own, maybe. But she's going for the Hex first.
Yeah.
So it wasn't okay. I didn't think like the OD was at fault down there. It's more of just now. The follow up was honestly beautiful, taking out the Sand King from the fight. The important, the key piece in the fight.
Agreed.
But the thing is that the follow up from the rest of the team, it feels they were basically like stuck on the high ground there.
Okay.
And I didn't see. Do you know who the Grimstroke ult went on to?
The Grimstroke ult went on, I think, to be honest, I need to check.
I don't know.
exactly.
Okay, I know the ult went off, but the thing is that there was there was a very beautiful two-man cycle right from
Yeah.
the Wind Ranger. It's just that I didn't think the Grimstroke followed up correctly there because they could definitely have taken out more. And the
Agreed.
Dire, they need to. Okay, they are not on the same page as the OD for sure.
I feel like the support needs to play more of a hide from vision type.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like I think she's too out there, and she's being focused, and she's dying because of that. I mean, she didn't die in that last one, but here comes a smoke here by the Dire. Are they gonna look to just get Roche?
I think Kotal was too far out for sure.
Yeah,
There was like no doubt about that.
I mean, they're dropping
they're
more.
gonna
Oh, they've been
see
popped.
the
They do see
Juggernaut?
somebody.
The blink forward. No.
And they'll be like, okay, I'll just take
No,
the ancient.
Juggernaut is
So they
like-
smoke for the ancient. Got the creep.
Again, like rotations are not paying off here.
Yeah. I mean, let's look at vision. This is what the Radiant have. They don't really see too much. They do have some blind spots. The Dire, on the other hand,
also don't see much
very
either.
dark.
Yeah.
So this is the thing, is that when you're looking to do a smoke, you got to make sure that you have the right amount of vision so that you can kind of narrow down where they can be and so
Right.
that you hit the right points, right? If you're smoking and you have no vision, the Radiant know the Dire
But
on the
not
top.
they, they know they're
So
on the
they're
top,
counter
right?
smoke.
So yeah,
Yeah,
they don't even
so this
need
is
that
this is a good
vision.
play.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Oh,
this
the Inkslaw on
swings well.
Meredith
Catches
stuff.
him out.
Oh,
2-man. Okay. Gets stunned as well. Gets used up in the process. He's going to get stunned by the Lina. But how much can they turn on this?
Chains don't hit on the sideline.
Yeah, the chain's kind of off the mark, and they're going to just kind of create a little bit of space. They do catch the OD illusion, at least. That's 38 gold. Yay!
Jumps are being popped, actually.
They're coming in. They're coming in. The chains now catches on the OD, but it does.
Juggernaut has to spin away, and they're
The Wind
going to
Ranger.
disengage now.
Oh, the
They're going
Remnant
in
and the
forward.
BKB. Oh, he gets a
With the
3-man
chains.
slight.
Yeah.
Oh, and there catches him out. The Soulbind is being used, but the BKB and the Focus Fire from the Wind Ranger catches him on the duel. On the back end, catches out the Sand King. That's a winner chicken dinner for the LC, and the Wisp is on the back. They're going to look to disengage? No. They want to continue to fight. The Jugs is now going to run away. He doesn't have anything. This is, I think, the biggest one. If they can catch this one, nope. But the Wind Ranger gets caught out, left to die. Triple kill for the OD.
Right, that was a super split up fight here, and they didn't seem like, there were some people going for the fight near the Ancients, and then there was another one happening in front of the tier 2 here. Juggernaut had to spin away and then therefore couldn't re-engage into the fight here, so that was a bit of a disaster. Used the Omni Slash, but doesn't have any damage, or it doesn't have enough damage here, so...
Not enough yet.
I believe it's again the Legion Commander, buffing the Gyrocopter and saving the Gyro. So Gyro instead started turning onto the Juggernaut.
So the Sand King will be able to initiate and create a little bit of chaos. But the thing is that if they'll be like, oh, you're in our space earlier, so we'll just kill you faster.
Yeah, we'll just kill you.
You don't have that counter initiator,
yeah.
right?
Oh, they're gonna catch the Sand King out again.
Oh, and the
call down as well.
Laguna.
Not
Nope.
enough.
Nope. Merity.
She does have a blink. Oh, she's going for her BKB of her own
Yeah,
right now.
she needs it.
Yeah, she needs it for sure.
Definitely needs that.
It's not a common item you see on a Sand King, but
Yes.
in this particular case, there's so much magic damage coming out
Yeah.
from Pacific Pink, and it's very scary. A pipe would not have sufficed. Yeah.
The Wind Ranger with a BKB.
Yeah, Wind Ranger with a BKB.
Wow. Okay.
Like she's turning into the core we didn't think we had, right?
Yeah, but here's my issue is that she needs to keep up with the Sand King, right? She needs to be that counter initiator to kind of help out with the Sand King whenever he's blinking in. So I feel like instead of the BKB, and I understand that there's a ton of magic damage on Pacific Pink, so you're going to need BKB at some point, but maybe Blink would be a better item just to kind of help out with these engagements.
Right. Because right now, yeah, definitely, completely agree that the Sand King is the only one in the front line. Ember, wants to sit back and just do the slide of fistings. Cannot really be in the front line for sure. And then Juggernaut is like nowhere near that stage where she can fight
So
anybody, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, Maelstrom getting bought out on Ember, but I'm thinking maybe a Lincoln's might have been better. Just to protect, because you fight, and then if you get dueled or whatever, you just remnant out.
Right. It's just, the very defensive nature of the build. When you go so defensive, you already have the BKB, right? And then you go for the Lincolns as well. You're like, I really don't want to go all these defensive items here. So I can see why she might want to go for the Maelstrom, and then maybe later go back in for the Lincolns,
Okay.
There's a Hex on OD already. So, and OD herself, she's going for a Lincoln. So that means that she's not going to get shackled. She's not going to get silenced or anything. So that's just, wow.
Look at that right-click action. It does so much damage. She's got sights.
So smart, dude.
Yeah.
She's so smart. I can only dream of being this smart.
Are we talking about the actual hero that she's playing, or as an actual person that you're saying she's very, very smart?
Oh, no lah, the hero lah, of course. Look at them all. This is okay, she's not the smartest. Pugna is the smartest, actually. The highest intel gain here.
Okay. Good to know.
That's why the coaching site is called Pugna.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was the highest.
Yeah. Pugna I think has like 4. Okay, I'm not sure after the recent patch changes, but it should be 4.2 or 4.3 intel gain.
Okay, so OD looking to solo
just
Roche.
Just not gonna walk into Roshan like that.
Yeah, they definitely see them. Sand King
they
is definitely
know,
nearby.
yeah.
Merity kind of walking back and forth. She's kind of fallen off in terms of net worth.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like all these, but she's been focused down a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like she's normally the first person to go down in the fights because there isn't somebody to really follow up, like what you mentioned. So, it's honestly so hard for the Radiant. Like I feel they have so many items they need to have, and positions they have to put themselves in order to win the fight.
Yep.
As opposed to Dire playing like caveman Dota, just run at you.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, run at you. LC just stay back and save the OD if need be. You know, Cartel drop your light and stay back as usual. But if not, the Lina, the Gyro, and the OD just like running at you and like come fight me.
True. Yeah. I mean, this OD's gonna be making all the plays, right? So anything that she can do. So it comes back to the whole pipe thing, right? I feel like there's still just so much magic damage out there, and it hasn't been mitigated. I mean, they're mitigating it by just everybody getting a BKB, but it's just so much of their net worth being into that single item use, right? Is that enough? I don't really know. I think that in some of these fights we have yet to see, because once we get to 5-second BKBs, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, correct. So that was something else I was gonna mention. Like, they get these early BKBs here, right? And they want to fight early. They want to take down objectives. But the fact is now that all the fights they're taking, they're not getting anything done. And so that's a problem when your BKBs drop very, very low. I think the Radiant actually might have an advantage in the end. But we're talking about very, very late game, of course, right? Here, like when the BKBs are super low.
Yep.
But let's see if the Dire, they are able to close out.
Oh, he's
the
charging
game.
up the
epicenter.
He's going to blink in.
Oh,
okay. He's got nobody, but he might be able to at least turn this around and get,
BKB.
or at least Roche. The Wisp is also being used, but who's got the, LC gets the Aegis, and the Duel is also being used. The Soulbind, the BKB, doesn't really matter. We're going to take down 2, the Sandcake and the Wind Ranger and the Grimstroke. The buyback from the Wind Ranger, and what can they do at this point? Wow, the Dire Pacific Pink just kind of exerting dominance on that fight.
Oh, that was so unfortunate. I think Merity had the right idea, but, the Dire, they backed out immediately, and the epicenter, well, Roshan just, thanks to the entire epicenter for the Dire.
That was like a perfect disengage. Like, how did they get out in time?
How did they? I don't know, but maybe
no, it's the vision.
Yeah.
It's the vision.
No, the Dire didn't have vision. The Dire didn't have vision.
Did that?
Yeah, they blindly backed out.
Okay, all right.
Which is insane.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Okay. Oh, the Yule's up. They catch out the Wind Rangers. Got stunned up, and that's going to be a dead Wind Ranger. Got nowhere to go. And then the Lena's.
Well.
Oh, the Ember remnants forward gets at least the Lena, but how much more can they do? The Sleight of Fish, the Astral Imprisonment, the OD's in a bad spot. He's kind of in the middle of all of this. The OD will probably go down. Oh, man. And that's without the Sand King, who just respawned, is now in position. So they're looking to turn this around.
Big boy Juggernaut.
Big boy Juggernaut.
Big girl Juggernaut. Making
big woman? Big. I don't know. I probably should stop talking. I'll let you do the names.
So Juggernaut going for quite a unconventional build. You go to Maelstrom into a basher here.
Yeah, a little. Yeah.
You're not really what we normally see in Juggernauts, but I think it pays off in this case. Yeah, like. The last bash on the LC, I think, was the one that secured the kill.
Yep.
So, during the Omni Slash. So, yeah, wonderful bash, honestly. And
Yeah.
I think the Dire overstayed their welcome a little bit.
I love these nunchucks on the Ember, by
Yeah.
the way. Oh, but the stunning.
Oh,
Oh,
the
misses. Cannot
This
hit
is the
Gandalf.
old man.
Sometimes it's harder to hit them. They're
Yeah.
deceiving, right? You know what I mean? They're so old and their moves so slow, and then you're like,
The couple is like, yeah, sure, that's cute.
The Sand King doesn't yet have can buy it soon.
Can buy it, but probably once it's safe for buyback, they're gonna go for the
Yeah.
35-minute runes, and they're gonna get all of them. So
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Okay. So a little bit of a switch in terms of net worth. I mean,
Ember going
a
for
little
an
bit of
Aeon
drop.
disc, I think. Yeah, Ember has an Aeon disc coming up.
Okay. I mean, I see why, but damage might be an issue. I mean,
yeah.
okay, actually, let me scratch that because damage is kind of spread out through this team, right? The Wind Ranger's damage,
I
the Sand
think
King.
I think
Jugs.
it's still a bit iffy, you know. It's
Okay.
not where you want your mid lane
Of course, of
Ember
course.
to be getting,
Of course.
but Aeon disc.
Yeah. I mean, it keeps it alive, I guess. You don't get blown up, and it protects you. So the amount of burst that the Dire have is quite high, right? So I do understand why you would get it. But let us see. I think the biggest thing... what? Where are they going? Okay. They saw something with Juggernaut, so it looks like they're going to all rotate top together. So when I say Pacific Pink are in sync, they're always in sync. And to be honest, I think they're kind of wasting time a little bit with all five of them moving at the top.
But the thing is, when you're in sync, right, you want to be getting things done, right? So
Yes,
when
being
you're
efficient.
not, then that's a very big problem because you've dragged your whole team on like this wild goose chase and nothing is being achieved out of this. Okay, there is that last tower that
Okay.
remains here. So
Okay. I mean, 46 dual damage at 36 minutes. That's not high.
that's not too much, but
That's not high.
team hasn't been giving her the most dual damage. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know if it's like she hasn't been ganking or like
No, she's
she hasn't
been
been
doing.
right.
So normally LC is the
Oh,
initiator.
the epicenter was being used to get hexed up. Has got nowhere to go. The duel doesn't even get off the soul bind. Doesn't really matter. Oh, the Sand King is completely by herself. So this is my problem with this: is that you don't have the secondary initiator, right?
Right,
So
right,
in my opinion, the Ember needs
It's
to be the
supposed
first
to be
guy.
the Ember. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you create the havoc or whatever. As long as you don't get dueled, and that's kind of why I think you need the Lincolns.
Right.
Oh, but it does Aeon Disc maybe for that. But she needs to go first, create the chaos so everybody starts focusing the Ember, and then you get on top of that with the Sand King. Because getting a one-man epicenter, not that great.
And that beautiful, beautiful blinding light from the Kotal completely read the Sand King like an open book and then just, sorry, not today.
LC still has duel throughout all of this.
They have no more
They
epicenter.
got-
Oh,
no,
no,
but the
they just
blanket.
got
Oh, that drops a
full
hammer.
to
Grimstroke is dead. The
That's
Wind
so
Ranger is
smart.
all gonna just run back into the fountain, and it looks like gonna be top set of racks. The Slight doing a little bit of damage, but I don't.
Odie no longer has a BKB, so
They-
Ember could run.
Oh, but here comes the
Ember.
Ember. He does get stunned out.
Stuff, my goodness.
Oh,
okay,
and here
Merrick
comes
is-
the Burrow Strike, catches him out, and the Shackle on the LC, and they're going to focus fire at least the LC down. The call down is being used, but I don't know if you want to fight into this. The Omni
Gyro?
completely tanking it on the Gyro. The Gyro's got nowhere to go. The Gyro goes down, and it
Hello?
looks like they're going to continue to get the Lina. The Odie's going to probably TP on her way out. Was that a
Gyro
disaster?
what?
Why would you go back in? Your LC died. Let him die. Oh,
There was no saving the LC whatsoever.
man.
Gyrocopter!
Gyro.
And then tanking the Omni Slash completely?
Wait, who paused that? I want to see if this is like, oh, this is
Ember Spirit.
this is a BM pause. It's like, oh, we want a team fight? Pause it. Oh, yeah, I'm having lag now.
Oh man, but that was such a big mistake. Like the gyrocopter. Let's see what items she has, right? But like she's got an eagle
Doesn't-
song, but that's
doesn't
not
have
the strong.
butterfly,
You've got unless you've got the butterfly itself. Maybe you might be able. Okay, no. Actually, I scratched it. Like now you've got a level 3 Omni Slash, right? Yeah, it's a level 3 Omni Slash, and you're not gonna be able to tank that by yourself. Like Omni Slash is a
Should
really
take
strong. It's a
everything.
terrible spell at level 1, but at level 3, it's pretty freaking strong. Okay,
Yeah,
it
that
scales
was-
with Juggernaut's damage. So,
So that was the thing where the LC is happening. He's like, oh, my friend's dying. I'm turning around. and then
saving
but
private, saving private LC.
yeah, but nobody else is coming. Like the OD and the Kato were already backing off. You didn't have Wisp. You didn't have anything to kind of help protect yourself, and just look to run away. And I mean, you paid the fine, so to speak.
Yep.
So OD here just trying to still continue to farm. She is by herself, which is a little worrying with this Jugs. Near the Coddle, they're going to look to at least push, maybe force a little bit of buyback action. But the Jugs is by herself. She's going to take it.
You've got friends. She's got friends in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's just more of, do they really want to buy back here? They don't have a glyph, so that's an issue. They're going to give up the tower. My goodness. And they're
Focus the
choosing
same.
not to buy back. Are they focusing? Okay.
But backdoor is now
Backdoor is
been
going to
kicked
kick in for a bit, but not for long. Creeps are coming in.
Yeah, you got to
The
disengage.
OD, he's going to pop the BKB heals up. Chop him down.
The Wisp,
Okay.
Sankey's got nowhere to go.
Duel?
Duel,
Yeah,
here we go.
duel.
Well played, well
And-
played.
Oh, Sanking got abandoned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she was there for too long, right? Like, let's be honest. Like, the Ember can play a little bit greedy because of the fact that she can just run in and out. But, like, the Sand King, you need to play a little bit safer than that.
OD's BKB timing is now what? 6 seconds? 7 seconds? 5
seconds,
seconds here.
yeah.
Yeah. So this is going to be a bit of an issue probably here.
Yeah, she's
Let's
been
see
popping
how-
them like Tic Tacs.
Yeah.
She's very, very low. Now, the Ember, on the other hand, is kind of caught back up. The Aeon Disc is actually paying dividends, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
She hasn't
it
been
is.
getting blown up.
Uh-huh.
So.
And now she's going for the Aghanim Scepter, which I really like as well.
Oh, the.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is the question? Like, how many remnants do you need? And then Ember responds, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But apparently, so Ember players are telling me that with the Aghanims, it actually makes you a worse Ember player. Because you just, you think you have like unlimited spirits, all
Yeah.
like a lot. Then you just go crazy with
Yeah.
it, basically.
Yeah.
So that is sort of the, they're like, and then, oh no, and then when you don't build the Aghanims or you don't have it, you play like you have the Aghanims.
Yeah.
So that's an
and you
issue.
become stupid.
Yeah,
is
then you
it?
do stupid things because like, wait a minute, what do you mean I only have 3? Oh, DD on Jug. And a full Maelstrom by the a full Mjolnir as well.
Mjolnir, yeah.
Ooh.
Jugs is going to take it. The runes are there. Doesn't get the runes.
Juggernaut has honestly caught up from that
Yeah.
awful laning stage that she had.
Yeah. She's back
quite
in this.
like-
She's going to carry this.
Yeah, not quite where the OD is, but far above the Gyrocopter actually.
Okay. They do see him. Oh, the blink in. The LC doesn't really see anything. Oh, they see him now. The duel comes in. The
up.
Sand King, once that guy goes down, that's the amount of control, and it looks like they're going to get that duel damage. But the Ember is here. He's going to remnant on 4. The Jugs Omni Slash destroying the LC. And they're going to look to at least get the lean on that one. The Gyro's like, okay, if I go fast enough, you won't see me. Zoom, 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 zoom. Oh, BKB's TP's on out.
TP
She
out,
gets a little
right,
scared.
okay.
Okay.
Ah, the OD went down there. That was quite. The vision, I think it was the they could have taken out the Sand King and the Wind Ranger, I think, but it was true sight, dude, true sight.
Yeah. I mean, the Sand King had to buy back there, so that's no small consolidation, I would say. But in terms of the other side, the LC bought back as well, but losing the OD and the Lina is pretty massive at this point. So it's looking. I would think that you can get some sort of objective, right? You're gonna push high ground, you get something.
They can take the shrines, I think.
Okay.
So they want to go for the shrines, and then this is going to make Roshan a little bit more, a little bit safer. Roshan is up, and Sand King has already scouted it out. So Sand King will be, hi Roshan.
Slowly but surely gonna take out
First
Roshan with the
bench.
Sandstorm, right? But here comes the Ember and the Jugs. This should make short work of this. Look at that Jugs doing some right-click action. The bash. So this should be, I don't think that they can contest. Obviously, they do know that something is up, but really not much that Dire can do.
They don't have the OD, and they don't want to buy back on the OD for this, so.
Yeah, it's now just for Roche. But that's going to be the second Roche. It's got Cheese and Aegis.
Cheese goes to Sand King, probably?
Yeah, I think that you want to do that, yeah.
Oh.
They did not?
Didn't
The
oh,
Wind
the
Ranger.
Wind Ranger.
Oh, Sand
Really?
King's like,
No, I think she passed him the cheese. She passed her the cheese.
yeah.
right?
Passed it
Yeah.
now. But MKB on the Wind Ranger.
Oh, that's insane. That's honestly so good.
Yeah.
Now the
it's-
Wind Ranger is like a real core as well.
Yep.
It's just that I completely agree on getting the Blink Dagger as well. So
Yeah.
the fact that she has Wind Run, so she's not too afraid of being dueled either.
Mhm.
or
I
being
mean, she's
locked
got
down
the
here.
invisibility, right?
Yeah.
So she can. This is why I like Wind Ranger, is that the fact that she can play as a core, she can be very strong.
Mhm.
You do need to respect her damage, so. Oh, but the Dire team here, Pacific Pink, grouped up. They didn't like the last fight, so what do? We smoke up. We try to get another one.
Time to take revenge.
The Glimmer catches them
Oh,
on.
they're gonna find the Sand King again? They're gonna find Merity again? No, but they go for something
Oh,
else.
they go
The
the Wisp.
Ember.
The Ember is gonna get dueled up. He gets blown up. The Wisp is gonna protect him on the back.
Buyback
Soulbind and
from
the
the Ember,
BKBs
though.
are there. The spin off on the Jugs is still continue to run. He doesn't have the mana for the Omni Slash, but he does have Aegis. The BKB's on the LC. The LC is gonna drop. The Aegis is popped as well. The Wind Ranger just trying to run away. He does get seen at least. The Ember is back. Does have the BKB, and now they're looking to turn this, but how far is too far? Okay, and they get the chains and the Omni Slash! And the shackle on the gyro. That is 3 down, and the Ember is going to
Now they're
continue
gonna
to...
get finished the OD as well.
Oh my gosh, that looks like they've turned this. I mean, the
Oh my
gyro's the only
gosh.
one with buyback, and Cuddle is like, that just happened.
That just happened.
Cuddle's
Oh
like,
my goodness.
Friends, guys, where you at?
They go for the Ember just now, which I think was a good enough
Yeah.
play to go for. But the Ember buys that immediately and gets in.
And the Remnant, yeah, with the buyback.
And
that's
this
just
is
so
the
strong.
low BKB thing, the
Oh,
problem
the
that
stun.
we're talking about here. Honestly,
Yeah.
the,
Yeah.
once the BKB wears off, then OD was just so susceptible to all the magic damage from the side of the Radiant here. And they're going to take another lane. They're probably going to be two lanes of Rexiel. They could
Yeah.
end if they want, I think.
They could probably end.
They could probably end
They
here.
could- but
They're
they
gonna
don't know
go-
that.
They don't know for sure, yeah. They're going to
They're
go
gonna look
instead
to
for
go
mid lane.
safe.
And they're going to go safe. But they're going to realize by now, right? No buybacks are coming out.
Yeah.
What's
and,
caught-
and
oh.
Gyro is actually just kind of out here just pushing the waves, trying to create as much space as possible.
But they can't
for the
get
top.
Mega, so...
They can't get Megas, yeah. So they're gonna get 2 lanes of racks. That was a disaster. I mean, they probably could have ended. Okay.
They didn't know. They
didn't know.
They
They
didn't know
didn't
for
know.
sure. But
Yeah.
this was the safe play. This is the safe correct
Yeah.
play to go for.
Yeah.
So now Juggernaut is just gonna go for the tower.
backdoor?
Yeah, backdoor. That's right. The creeps are still quite far away, but she's gonna cut the waves.
Oh my god.
Abyssal and the Juggernaut right now.
She is turning into a house. I don't know what this means in Russian, but I think it means
Me strong.
me strong.
Me big girl
I was trying to think
Juggernaut.
of 3 words, but yeah, me strong will do. I think yeah, okay.
Probably Russians have like 2 words for strong. You know, it's probably like vodka and something else.
You said it, not I. Okay, so the
Oh,
Ember here
there's
just
another DD
protecting the
for-
DD.
the Juggernaut, yeah.
Oh my gosh. They've just completely turned this. Look at the net worth.
12k. So it was before that fight, right, that they took at bot. It was 4k in favor of the Dire. Okay, and if you want to take a look at the net worth swing here, look at that. It was okay, slightly more than 4k, but
Wow. This
Jesus.
would be. I mean,
15k about there.
wow.
Yeah. And if you look at what Dota Buff has to say, right?
I don't have to.
Oh, you can tell
Sorry,
Dota Buff.
not on
Oh,
this
what a pleb. Okay,
uh,
we're not on this account.
Sorry. Some
Okay,
of
we
us are
can't
working
see.
just to pay for their Dota Plus. Okay?
You mean you don't get it free?
I don't get it for free.
God damn.
Duh. Some of us have to pay for these things, okay? But yeah, that's why I'm working. Because I want to buy Dota Plus.
Just so I can buy Dota
Just
Plus.
so, yeah, so I can figure out what hero to pick next game. And to make predictions. But, a smoke attempt. They do have DD from the Ember, so they're going to look a wrap around. If they get somebody... Oh, the chain misses.
they're gonna
The
fight.
Remnants is
Actually,
here.
Pop
Does this
See
BKB?
who can bait out the BKB.
He doesn't have the
long
chains
enough.
yet. Oh, but the
has
heal, the
friends
Glimmer
in
on the
the
back
background.
end. The Sand King catches out the LC. The cooldown is being used. The Wisp is also... Soulbind is there, and they're trying to just kind of latch them in together. The Lena's very low. The Odie doesn't care. He's going to right-click the Grimstroke. He gets used
the
up.
BKB's off.
But how much can they do? The Glimmer on the OD
beautiful
one last
Glimmer.
time keeps her alive, and the Grimstroke does buy back. Oh, uses the cheese. The duel is going to be there. Nope, the sleight of fist.
Yes.
Oh, the
duel,
duel!
yes,
The
duel.
blinding light. Did you see that? The blinding light
the
pushed
blinding
her
light
back.
pushed her back. Beautiful.
Well
blinding
played.
light. Ah.
The high five to the Coddle right there. Oh,
Oh,
the shackle.
what the
Oh no,
sh-
the Lincoln.
No, the Lincolns.
Ooh, Lena. Okay, so that's going to actually buy them time. So they're still kind of in this game. If they lost that fight, that would have been a disaster. Because actually the OD was completely out of position.
Yes, complete. I was like, that's why when the BKB from OD went out, I was like, no, that's
If the Ember messed up though, she went for the slight into chains.
Yeah.
She actually went too early, so she didn't get the chains off. She only got the
Oh.
slight, or she didn't get the slide
No,
off.
she get the slide off.
Yeah, she went for the chains.
She
though.
chains first. The
And
chain,
then
you
she
know, the
continued
chains
to
on the
run.
spot,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's just embarrassing. It's like one of those fail things. But
It's
if
fine.
they
The-
did that, they
the
win.
The ground is sufficiently
Yeah.
scary. I suppose.
Oh my gosh. That was as
Oh, that
as
was so
close.
clutch. And now you look at it, like, buybacks, right? Basically, like you only have the Juggernaut and the OD buyback. Nobody else has buyback on. Okay, the Sand King's buyback is coming up in a bit, so that's kind of nice. Sand King and the Legion, so that is a bit more. But now I think when you play into the late-ish game, we're kind of moving into late game here. You've really got to watch for your buybacks. You really got to watch for the enemy's buybacks as well, right? You know they've bought back. It's just when. So now they know that Ember doesn't have buyback for sure, having bought back the last fight at bot. So
3 more minutes.
they do. No, Roshan's not up yet either. So I don't know if they can press this advantage. If Lina comes up, they smoke immediately and they want to go and take a fight.
Yeah. I feel like Lina though, she keeps dying in these fights, and obviously she's getting focused and she's like paper mache.
Yeah. With a Lotus Orb, do you like that Lotus Orb?
Actually, it's not bad. It'll like, cause anytime like the soul, the shackle or whatever, you can dispel that thing.
Right.
You kind of keep yourself alive. I mean, if you Lotus yourself up and then they get soulbound.
Actually, I think it's really no. Okay, I forgot that OD has a Lincolns as well, because if you put the Lotus on the OD, right, what happens is that you actually get for a very expensive price of Lincolns and Lotus, you get an EM counter shield basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could reflect whatever spell it is that you wanna, follow up from Grimstroke maybe.
So it's funny because I think at the beginning of this game when we started, we were just like, oh, we like the draft of Pacific Pink. We just feel like they're gonna roll out and then just kind of end this game somewhat soon. But
no, they made so many very useless, pointless rotations.
Agreed.
So they kind of like just hung around, didn't get things done, and then that's basically what extended the game here. So
yeah.
when they could have been farming. See.
Agreed. Like they had like a huge, like a firm grip on the game, but then they kind of just like let their foot off the pedal, so to speak, in the sense of just not taking objectives. Like they were back in their jungle for too long. It seemed very odd that they would do that. Now, Elsie though has infinitely scaling with this dual damage. She has only 150 now, but I don't know. I'd be surprised. Like I wouldn't be surprised if she got to like close to 300. I feel like that can be done. The Jugs here does have Lincolns. That's interesting. Pops it on the Sand King.
Yeah,
though.
I mean,
Oops,
you just
the
don't want to
Sand
get duel,
King.
right? Just want to protect the Sand King.
Oh, the BKB.
goes up
Oh,
on
the duel.
No,
That's gonna be a dead
that's gonna
Sand
be-
King.
Oh, no.
What are we having for dinner? Chili crab.
Scorpions?
Scorpion.
Crab?
I figured. It's a crab.
Same, right?
I would still eat it in that chili sauce. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter what kind of, if it's a crab, scorpion,
That
cockroach.
is true. So that is true.
I don't like cockroaches.
Chili crabs. Chili crabs makes people stay in Singapore, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. So 82 seconds. Probably gonna have to buy back for the Sand King because they're looking to force this. They
Cartel
don't
is still not with them though, and Juggernaut as well has gone instead.
to continue to push. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much all you can do. Oh, the shackle. Get that creep. Boom. 2-man shackle.
Wow.
No?
2 creep shackle. Amazing. They're back on the Sand King. They're gonna back off immediately.
Okay. That was unnecessary with the amount of remnants used there, but.
So now they've got like Lincoln's galore on the side of the Radiant. The LC is it's gonna be so hard to get the duel off now.
Yeah.
Unless
So, as a Jug, do you ever refresh this drum? Do you do that?
refresh?
Like,
No, you don't refresh. You just hold on to it for a bit until
But you can refresh
You
it.
can
You know
refresh
that, right?
it. Yeah.
I've done it before, but I don't know if it's really worth it because you have to buy the recipe.
Yeah.
again, But
So by then normally you're moving fast enough.
yeah.
So because you go for like Manta kind of thing, so that you really move fast. Manta face boots.
Yeah.
So that's pretty fast.
Yeah, she's super fast right here. I don't know if there's a what you replace this. Okay, it looks like Blink is queued up. Blink and
Nullifier.
Radiance.
Nullifier here.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. I don't know.
I think the Nullifier is not super necessary because now the fact is that the BKB timings are so incredibly low already. She could honestly, I would think Bloodthorn could be an item here because
Okay.
you basically
Fair.
the duel goes out actually. It takes out the Grimstroke at the bottom. Oh no, that's Bay Rider dead for 102 seconds. Now they're gonna turn instead, but they've got no true
TP?
sight here. They're gonna see Meredy. The stun doesn't clip. She's gonna get out because BKB.
Be careful, Ember.
Be careful.
Jugs, they see your totem. They see the Hello Kitty.
Okay,
The Hello
spin.
Kitty's like, faster. Okay, all right. Well, the Jugs is gonna survive. Didn't have DD. That's funny that, like,
I think that's when they wanted to take the fight, but the Grimstroke got picked off first.
yeah. I mean, but you have like almost 6-slotted jugs. I'm counting the drums at this point. But you have a DD as well, 52 minutes, and you're afraid to Omni. Or you're afraid. But, I mean, again, they could just Astral.
Yeah,
right?
it could Astral, so...
Okay. There are merits to that. But nice call in terms of disengage, though, right? Because, like, they made a call, everybody just got out.
Yeah,
Like, there
so
wasn't, like...
out. We are not in the right position anyway to fight this. They were all approaching from weird angles.
Yes. And Grimstroke through that all does not have buyback, actually. So.
But it's okay. That's just a Grimstroke, right? Like, for now, it's not... And honestly, I don't feel like their draft... One thing about their draft is that it's not really built around the Grimstroke. Normally, you want to have, like, a Lion Grimstroke or Lich Grimstroke. And, like, basically, they've just not been dealing the... Oh, okay, right. Doom Grimstroke. How could I forget? You've just not been playing around the Grimstroke out. It seems to be more of an inconvenience to them, that's all. Just like, oh, now we have to hold hands and run together. That's about it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's sad that you say that, because you're a support player and you're like, oh, Grimstroke's live doesn't matter. I think support lives matter.
Alright,
I think
all
that,
lives matter.
like, you're a support player too. You know, you need to be part of this, you know.
It's just that, as in, okay, so she's okay, her life is important, but her skills are just, you know, not the biggest contributor. They do have some, you know, they've been trying to get some interesting, like, Inkswell combinations on the Embers of the Sand King, right? So they've caught out a few people, but the thing is that the follow-up is just not there.
Agreed.
Idea is there, but execution-wise, it's just paltry. So they're going to go for Roshan now.
Gets an invis, backs off, but the
invis.
kitty gives him
Kitty?
away.
Oh, no, she goes over and waves over her. Hi, Elsie, I see you.
It's like, I think it's funny. It's like right in front of Roshan. It's like, welcome to Roshan. Please come in. Please come in. And then just dies. Sad.
No, she knocks off from work, basically.
Ooh, smoke.
They smoke up.
And a DD from the OD. Are they going to make a play on this? The LC's in position. Oh, the smoke has been popped. Okay, it's like a Mexican standoff. It's like, what do we do?
Is 10 people really a Mexican standoff?
It is.
More than 2.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
it's more than, as long as it's more than 2.
Stun
Jugs
from
don't care.
Lina.
Oh, he might die.
She did Roshan do
Oh,
it.
but OD's there.
Roshan, no bro.
Imprisonment. Oh, catches out. The
Stun.
Soulbind is being used as well. They're going to just run on back of that. The OD's still stuck in the Roshan's pit. He's going to Glimmer. Keeps himself alive. BKB, the Wisp drops the hammer and catches out 3. The Grimstroke and the Ember both go down. The Ember's not going to buy back. Okay, he buys back now. On the backside, the Epicenter is being used. A 3-man stun from the Sand King. What can they do? The Ember is now here. And the right click and the Wisp is just turning that around. The 2-man shackle. The OD looking to go down. Oh, no, the LC is going to get healed up. No, she dies as well. She buys back. This is what it's going to be. The Jugs goes down. Buyback from them. And then, wow. There was
Is it the end of the fight?
Refresher keeper. That looked like an end of the fight, yeah. I mean,
That's
what
like
more can you ask
6
for?
buybacks, I think.
6 buybacks. Whoa.
6 buybacks.
How did you know?
I can count to 6. It's
Really?
like
I can't.
the max. Yeah,
That's
that's like my limit.
So even if it was 7 or 8, you'd be like, 6.
6. 6. I
Got
still
it,
call
got it.
6.
Okay, all right. That's
Roshan
legit.
now is so incredibly valuable.
Oh, the
they
call
don't
down
worry,
is
They don't have
here,
BKBs though. There's an
but the
Aghanims on the...
LC, and the soul by one more time. And this is the
a
silence. The
2-man
2-man
hit!
stun. That's it. That's the one they needed. The Lina is going to run. The gyro goes down. And then the smoke is also
OD
being
cannot
used.
die.
The LC is just trying to keep him alive. Oh my gosh. The soulbind and the silence. That was actually the first time we saw like a good soulbind.
That's right. As well as the follow-up hex there. Yeah, there was a good soulbind. And Roshan is still alive. Roshan has no buyback, by the way.
This is the big one. This is the one with the X. This is pretty massive. The stun up catches that out. Jugs a little bit half health. The Glimmer is also there.
Oh my goodness. How is Roshan still alive, you know?
But, you know, through this all, Windrunner's kind of just farming on her own. I think you need to really focus this. This is super scary. Okay, the Roshan is finally going to go down. The BKB is also being used. They're going to look to take it. They get the cheese. But who picked up everything? We're going to have to figure that out with the CSI. The duel is on the back end of this. The BKB and the call down on the side of all of that. But how much damage is it? The Jugs doing so much work. The Jugs goes down. 3 are down for the Radiant. And it looks like they're
I think
Pacific
that's
Pink.
game.
I think they've done it.
I think Pacific Pink have done it. Oh my goodness.
And it all came down to that. So, look, I don't know who picked up the eggs because it doesn't show up on the screen.
Yeah, it doesn't, yeah,
but from what we can
they
tell.
should be, right? They
Yeah.
should put this thing like who picks up the cheese refresher and all that kind of thing. So
OD got the Aegis, and it popped.
Right, it popped immediately, so...
And it looks like they're going to just go end. Nope. Oh, the
Nope.
Windrunner's by herself. We've got nowhere to go. Blinding Light the wrong way. The
Hex
Odie's
up
still
as well. She
alive,
has a
but that's going to
buyback.
be a dead Windrunner. And that, okay, that's a buyback, but... Okay, they need to kind of...
She's one Wind Ranger. She's one Wind Ranger.
Call down is just going to zone out. The LC is now here.
Round two! We're gonna go into a round
Ooh.
two. Remember
Well-
that this is a best of 3, guys. So no longer are we doing best of 1s. We're gonna go into, you know, possibly 3 games here. And, well, the Gaia going ham, going on to take some of the castle, actually. So, but
Worth.
this is still gonna be the Ancient going down. And what a fight at Roshan that determined the entire game here. Like, wow.
That was super back and forth.
That was super back and forth.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Now, if we're looking at this game in terms of what Radiant could have done better, like Elite, what could they have done? Because obviously they had a chance where they were like, oh, they're definitely in the favorites now, right? If we're looking at the graphs,
My goodness.
like this dip is all over the place, right?
Yeah, this is all over the place. I think they pushed the Roshan issue a bit too much there.
mhm.
Like, honestly, the entire game just boiled down to that one singular fight there. Like, they fought well. They came back from the terrible laning stage that they had. You know, both the Ember as well as the Juggernaut. But just pushing that Roshan, I don't think they had to force it. Honestly.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just so weird that they had a fight. They were continuing to lower Roshan.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then they backed off. They had a fight, and then they continued to do it again. Like that, like they were behind. You know what I mean? Like there was just so much back and forth with Roshan in the middle.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, how is Roshan alive?
Yeah.
After?
I don't even know. Like, yeah, like because, I mean, to be honest, I'm having a hard time comprehending everything that happened because the Roshan fight was just so massive, right? Like, who was actually like they were Radiant were up. They went for Roshan. They lost the team fight, and
They
so then
bought back.
they bought back, and then the Dire were strong enough to take down Roshan, and then completely change the dynamic of the game and end up winning. Right? Is that my comprehension? Is my comprehension of this game wrong?
Yeah, it's basically that, and I think just not maybe being caught up in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
They feel that, oh, you know, I just bought back. I've got to get into this fight.
Right.
I've got to win this fight. We've got to get Roshan, and both teams understanding how important Roshan is. And okay, wait, where did the Aghanim Scepter go to?
Aghanims went to maybe
Nobody.
We're gonna have
Nobody
to check the replay. I think they might have right-clicked it and killed it. You know what I mean? Like you aim.
Oh yeah,
you can
could
kill
be,
it, right?
Yeah. There's this. Did you watch the clip where Grandin denies the ages?
I did. Yeah. That guy. Yeah. We probably shouldn't have said his name because he's still learning. But you know.
Maybe because he's underage, that's about it. We should mention his name.
Yeah, I saw that. That was actually pretty funny. That said, amazing game 1. We're gonna take a quick little break.
Game 1, that's right.
And then we'll be back probably in about 5 or so minutes. Get everybody like get up, get some food, go to the bathroom, come back, and we're gonna have game 2 right after.
Round 2
Round
coming
2.
up soon.
Hello and welcome back to FSL. We just saw an amazing game 1 between Pacific Pink and Elite in the upper brackets. What did you think about that game?
I very, very much enjoyed it, and I wish it didn't end as anticlimactically as it did, in the sense that, you know, teams throwing buybacks here and there and then dying out, and then that's it. Like, that's really just the end of the game.
It was crazy. I mean, it just like the game ended in like a flash.
Yeah, it was really I really thought that Pacific Pink maybe Elite had a fighting chance for sure. They could definitely, I mean, they showed a lot of resilience in coming back from the very bad laning stage that they had, but in the end they just threw away everything in that one Roshan fight. Yeah. So I felt like that's just such a pity.
Yeah. I mean, but we called it. We said Pacific Pink was gonna win, right?
They did
Easiest call of my life, I think. No?
Yeah. But it was an easy call, right? Like, they honestly seemed quite shaky in that mid game when they were trying to find a lot of pick-offs and trying to convert things into objectives, because they basically spent a lot of time smoked up as 5, running around together, but not finding any, you know, pick-offs, not finding anything much. I think they occasionally got like the Gaia or something like that, or they got the Sand King, but you know, it wasn't much in the grand scheme of things. They never found the Juggernaut, they never found the Ember.
Yeah.
So
it was one of those things where just shutting them all down, you know what I mean? Like, they had slight advantages and they were trying to just kind of end the game. I think that was the biggest struggle, which is weird because Pacific Pink doesn't really lose, you know? And they seem to, Like they're undefeated.
They're still
right?
undefeated. That's right. They have
And-
not dropped a single game.
And usually with undefeated teams, you have like very good synergy, and you're just pushing ahead, and you're very objective focused, right? Because that's how you end games, right? And it felt like Pacific Pink weren't really doing that. So that
Yeah.
game one to me,
That
yeah.
didn't feel like the Pacific Pink we normally know,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. So it was like a Pacific Blue. No. Okay. Anyways, so Lena Abaddon, I love the Abaddon pick here.
Uh-huh.
I'm a huge Abaddon fan. I love it as a
Wait,
3 or 4.
They're not showing up.
That's fine. That's fine. I know what they are.
All right,
Yeah.
they're on break today. I
They're
suppose.
on break.
Okay,
Yeah.
they're-
They're just too ugly. Abaddon, have you
Actually,
seen
you
his
try
face?
reconnecting. Sometimes it might help.
Okay.
So you just
Hang on.
go
Let me
back.
get out of here.
Mhm.
Disconnect? No.
Yeah, disconnect and
Are
then
you
you
sure?
can reconnect. Yes, I'm
Are you
sure.
I have trust
Do it!
issues.
Do it.
I have trust issues.
There you go. See,
then
get the
reconnect.
reconnect button. So if you go in, then they might
I'm
show up. They
so
might.
nervous right now.
There you go.
Ah,
Okay,
All
they
right.
all
I
showed up,
trusted you
yeah.
the entire way. Oh
Okay.
man, that would have been awkward. But
It's okay.
Abaddon-
Today is the 1 year anniversary of our Facebook friendship, so I think like you can trust me a little bit today.
Okay,
I'm like
alright.
I'm not as mean to you as I normally am because today is our anniversary. So that's pretty
You
good.
are always mean to me.
I'm
and
not
not
always
a
mean to
single
you.
day goes by in this entire year where I was thinking maybe I should unfriend her. You know what I mean? Like I don't know why I do.
But you didn't. So you see,
But
you didn't.
I was a step closer. I had no idea it was 365 days. I'm 365 days of stupid if you think about it. You know what I mean? Like
that's
letting
the
you us
entire
be
year
friends.
you're never getting back.
Yeah, we're friends. You know what I mean? Like
Jeez.
this is like LinkedIn. Like I'm connected to somebody. There's a part of my network, but we're not really friends. You know?
Never. You're just
Um,
there because work.
Yeah. That's the only reason.
Okay.
So,
Anyway, back to your point. You're talking about Lena Abaddon. What is so
okay.
nice about this combo?
Abaddon, the big thing about Abaddon is the amount of sustain that he has. The heal, the Mystic Coil is all 3 of his spells. The Curse, the Shield, the Mystic Coil,
Mhm.
all 3 are amazing. So the laning phase is set for him, right?
Right.
Second piece is that the Aphotic Shield is just it's a dispel. It dispels
Dispels,
almost
yeah.
everything. So like the stuns from the ogre, the shackles, all of these things you can dispel them,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then the fact that like his talents later on, the shield gets bigger. You know, it's like 450 extra health on top of it.
Mhm.
So just he's like a better Dazzle than Dazzle.
Yeah. Oh,
You know?
this is something that I've been feeling
Yeah.
recently. I think the reason why Dazzle isn't played is because there
Mm.
are other heroes that do what
Better.
he can do, but better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for example, Abaddon and Oracle.
Mm-mm-mm.
Like that's why now people pair Oracle with Husker
Yeah.
and Troll
Yeah.
instead of a Dazzle Troll or
Yes.
Husker.
Yeah.
So,
That works too.
yeah.
And so another thing is that the curse of one last thing is that his passive basically if it hits 4 times silence, right? But the thing is that at maximum life, it does 100 attack speed for everybody that's attacking.
That's right. And
Which
it's
is
gonna
crazy.
sync really nicely with Fiery Souls from Lena
Exactly.
here, which is it's
Exactly.
insane. Yeah,
Yes.
that's like that's
So that's why this
terrifying.
hero is just like
Mhm.
ridiculous at this point. And I've been spamming it. I've been guilty of it, and my MMR has increased because of this hero. So don't nerf him until I get to divine, maybe divine.
All right,
free?
just give him a couple
So
of
never.
years, he'll make it then.
I will be there.
Okay.
Okay, and I will laugh in your face, and I will unfriend you on Facebook on that day. It will happen.
Okay.
Okay.
And
It's
then
gonna-
I'm
sorry.
sure we're gonna be Facebook friends for life now.
No. But Undying here, I love this as a 5. I think that this is the new
But
hotness.
you know, we talked about like the fact that they have very quick attack speed, and Lena
Mhm.
will be able to take down that tombstone like super
You're right.
quickly, isn't
You're
it?
right.
Or like Abaddon,
Mhm.
a Photic Shield on.
Mhm.
I don't care about the zombies. I'm just gonna hit this tombstone and it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Even
It's completely valid, and it is a concern. But the thing is that he's just kind of like a strong laner, right? He's like an ogre.
is, he
He's
is.
like a ogre times 2.
yes,
if you can believe that, right? Like
right.
just the
So now
amount of
they've got basically
Mhm.
2 like really fat supports, unless they are running this as an Undying Core. Do they run people as
Ooh,
Undying
I
Core?
don't,
I
I
don't
don't think
like
it's good.
it,
Yeah,
but
I don't like it either. Yeah.
because it's been picked, so late
Mhm.
here. But
Mhm.
again, elite opening with that gyrocopter here.
Mhm.
Sorry, elite opening with is gyrocopter that strong a pick that you open with it?
Just the amount of magic damage. If you have a set strategy around it, like the fact that you have the tombstone and then you can call down on top of it.
Right.
Like come at me, right? Like that kind of level, like it creates a lot of zoning. The fact that it has so much magic damage, you're kind of covered, and then it's a natural BKB hero, right? So all
Okay.
of these things kind of work well. That he's kind of well rounded.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of like BKB heroes, right? So they banned out the Jug as well as the Lifestealer. So for elite, I'm probably guessing that their last their mid laner is going to be a very magic burst sort of hero.
Sorry, for Pacific
So
Pink
for
or
elite,
okay.
because they banned out both the Juggernaut and the Lifestealer
mhm.
here. So
Actually, interesting note.
Mhm.
Tiny for most picked hero for Elite is actually Tiny. They have 11 games with him, and they have a 100% win rate with
100%
Tiny.
win rate.
So it works,
Okay.
right? Mind you, we're on a 6-minute delay, so any sort of insight that we give, they're going to get it too late. So that said, I
We
think
can't, we're
Elites-
not giving any kind of information to them whatsoever. They probably have all of this on hand anyway.
Yeah, I mean, but it kind of fits well with the rest of their lineup, right? You have the Wind
Mhm.
Ranger, the Ogre for the shackles, and the stuns, right?
Right.
You have the lockdown that you're gonna need to deal with Ember, and the amount of burst that the Tiny can bring to all of this.
The
can kinda
only
work.
thing is, Kotal is a pain in the butt to Tiny. Absolute
You're
pain
right.
in the butt if
Mhm.
the Tiny doesn't jump the Kotal immediately, which
Mhm.
gets progressively harder as the game
Mhm.
goes on because Kotal is the hide in the trees and
Mhm.
blast you, drop spells kind of thing. So
Right.
that is going to be quite a pain in the butt
True,
for the
true.
Tiny. But
Yeah.
of course we'll see if it gets to that point up because
Mhm.
if let's say Tiny gets the Blink Dagger first, Tiny should be jumping the Kotal first,
Yes,
and that will
yeah,
be
blowing
yeah.
them up. Yeah. But you talked about Undying and the fact that it's kind of like I don't know if it's a great hero, especially into Lena. But the thing is that the Undying right now, like if you're looking at Pacific Pink, all of their heroes don't really want to fight together. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
Like they're very
mhm.
rangy,
Yeah.
very like hidden. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
in and out kind of
Except
style.
for Abaddon, who just wants to be in your face.
Yeah,
That's it.
aside from him, but like it's kind of not a good hero, and they're
Mm.
kind of counterpicking well. I would say
Right.
Pacific Pink, that is. But what do you think about? What do you think is the last hero you pick for Pacific Pink? You pick a carry, right?
Yeah, you want to go for your carry. Slug Bear. Yeah, okay, definitely the Slug Bear because I was thinking Slug works fantastic for Pacific Pink here, so that's Slug Bear.
Yeah, actually, you're right. It would have been amazing here.
Troll is an option also.
I don't
But-
feel like I can see the merits of it just because again it deals well with the tombstone and
And
then,
the attack speed basically that I was going for.
but
The Wraith
Cool.
King. Okay.
okay, sustain. It's got everything that you kind of need.
Two in your face heroes, Abaddon and Wraith King.
Yeah, I mean the only one who really can't hit the tomb is the keeper, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ember's kind of okay at it, but you have the right amount of heroes, I would say, to deal with Undying.
Yep.
Now, you can't go with the burst idea because obviously Wraith King, you can't really like you burst him down once, now you gotta do it again, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is that hero to kind of sustain and to make sure you kill this guy?
OD?
OD?
Oh, sorry, OD Van.
Yeah,
Shoot, it's OD Van. Yeah,
we shall find out.
sorry.
And the Huskar. All right. Okay. So Huskar has actually been making a move, at least in terms of the overall win rates. He's been seeing more play, but I feel like this is kind of like one of those pocket picks. But do you have? You don't have the Dazzle. You don't have the
Yeah,
the
I was
Oracle.
gonna say like you. I was like,
Who's the
oh,
guy
I
that
don't
kind of keeps him
really-
up? And that's gonna be the ugly Undying / Poison Ivy look-alike. I don't know what that thing is. That skin. Have you seen that?
Swamp monster.
Swamp monster. Look at that thing. It's got like
Yeah.
the little.
The flowers that
flower.
are like breathing in the background here. Ugh,
Yeah.
so creepy.
Yeah. Do you play Undying, by the way?
Sometimes I do, but I just generally I like the laning stage, but I feel like transitioning later on, you're just a very
Yes.
big, ugly creep after that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's just the feeling. Especially now that they're gonna play the Undying as a position 5. That means your position 5 you get nothing.
Mhm,
You
mhm.
know. Or like-
I actually think it's fine.
Yeah.
We saw it in what was it the ESL? I think NIP was playing it with PBD was.
yeah, PPD
And he was
so-
running it as a 5. It
Mhm.
works. It works. And it does create a lot of chaos. And it's a lot of sustain, self-sustain, and the tombstone, obviously, just kill him again, you
Mhm.
get another tombstone. So that kind of pays off in the end, too. So
It's
he's
just that you look at your decay stacks here, you're not gonna get too many off in the fight because you've only got you've got your Wraith King and your Abaddon in the front, sure,
mhm.
but your Ember is always gonna be in and out, never really quite in front.
Mhm.
Kotal and Lena are obviously range, so they're just not gonna stack. Yeah.
So I'm just seeing the Pacific Pink side, the Coddle and the Abaddon.
Mhm.
This is very Lords of the Ringy.
Yeah.
You know, Gandalf, and then you have like the Night Lords, and like, okay, so
That-
I don't know. Apparently, they have an alliance now, and they're going through.
Mhm.
But, and then you see Ember, who's just an old Asian man.
I mean, it's only the set that turns him into an old Asian man.
Okay, no, but he's an old Asian man. The way he speaks, come on, for 4 words at a time, you know he's an old Asian man. Done.
Only capable of 4 words. It's just a stoic, the classic stoic Asian father kind of thing, right?
That's all he needs. 4 words is
Uh-huh.
too many, right? So, it's kind of coming along now. Okay. You want to do the intros for the?
Yeah, let's just do the Radiant side here. So we've got Pacific Pink on the Radiant. Naomi will be playing the Keeper of the Light. NM will be playing the offlane Abaddon. And on the Wraith King, we've got Sherry playing in the safe lane. X-Hate or what is the other? X-Hate or Mary? Yeah, Mary will be playing the Ember Spirit. So she'll probably show maybe the Radiant, what she's got up there for. And yep. On the side of the Dire. Sorry, we've got KJ on the Lina as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, for the Dire.
This is there.
The Gil will be playing the Gyrocopter, and she'll be accompanied by Bay Rider on the Undying. And then Ogre, Meredy is going to be a core Ogre going into the offlane with Ligaya again on her Wind Ranger. She has been, maining this hero a lot. Just deciding, yeah, I'm your Wind Ranger spammer. And I'm not, I'm proud of it as well. And last but not least, on the Huskar, that last pick Huskar, Jaina.
Jaina, this is going to be an interesting one. I
This is
think
gonna
it's
be an interesting
really going to
one,
come
yeah.
down to the mid lane.
Mhm.
Because if you think about it, like, if we're talking about right-click action, because you're going to need the right-click. You can't
Yep.
just burst him down with magic, right? Obviously, the Wraith King is there. The Abaddon will kind of help, but if the... Hang on. They're doing an Abaddon off lane?
Yep.
Okay. Which is right. I think this
Yeah,
is
which
the
is
right
right,
play. So
correct.
he's going to get some items.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I think that they have enough right-click action. It's just not... They're very well-balanced in terms of magic and physical.
Yep.
So,
Super.
and it looks like there's some back and forth. Do you read Tagalog anything?
No.
Sakit, nungu,
But
tu.
I'm gonna
We will
pull out
Google
my
translate.
phone and we're gonna see if we can
All right,
just
I can tell you what
translate
this
that.
means. This says ha 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 ha, and then the other one says aha,
Does
ah,
it?
and then ha ha.
Does
and then
it?
Cuddle coming
I
in with
didn't
this-
know.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Jeez.
You're welcome.
Brilliant. Okay.
I do some translating at work. You know,
Yeah. Some translating.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I'm pretty good at it. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
What do you think about this Wind Ranger going into the lane with Basilius?
This has been the offlane build for quite a bit, isn't it? Like you've been going into the offlane with your Basilius. Usually may not be the straight up Basilius, but you will build into it for sure, and it just gives you the additional armor and mana regeneration that is just really beneficial in general for the offlane. Offlane is honestly the new safe lane, in my opinion. Here,
Okay.
like your safe lane is it's just so difficult to be in the safe lane, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so your offlane always is a very fun time. Of course, this goes for both sides. Yeah, they both offlaners have a fantastic time, and the safe laners normally struggle a little bit. But I think then that evens things out. So we're gonna take a look at Meredy and Ligaya moving in quite aggressively towards this rune here. There is only a Wraith King here, so they're probably gonna get this bottom rune and top rune. Well, top rune side they've actually got the Radiant moving in aggressively here, and they should be getting that
Yeah.
rune too. It's going to be a 3v2. Yeah, it just says 3v2 top, so
Yep.
they're probably not going to want to contest this. Huskar's not showing anywhere.
Oh, the
Stun
stun,
out,
but they're gonna get the
doesn't
rune.
matter. Quick fingers.
Yeah. So it looks to be two.
Two apiece still, I think. Yep, it's two. That's
All right. All right. So this Wind Ranger off lane is kind of annoying because you can permanently
She
trade
is
with the Wind
super
Run.
annoying. And you see, they keep dropping the same ward again
Yeah.
behind the tower. there.
Yeah, but that was one of those things where if you catch them in the moment, like you can see that she's holding a ward. Like you should be able to deward this, right?
Yeah.
But
I think they didn't really see her creep up down there because the Kotal wasn't there.
Uh-huh.
The Wraith King was alone on the high ground, so wouldn't have seen that there.
Oh,
First blood actually. They pick off the Huskar.
Oh, the
Lina coming in.
on from the side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. A little bit of an issue. It's still very early, so you can come back. But giving first blood to the Lina, and she's gonna stick around. She does have the stun, so she can do this one more time. She pump
The
fakes it.
stun
Oh no, but
doesn't
she actually.
clip. Yeah.
Now she's going to
might.
take a lot of damage.
Oh, the TP's coming in from the Undying.
Undying, Plant Man.
I mean, maybe now they're doing, remember 2v2 mids?
Yeah. There was a
There
patch.
was a legit period of time when there was a 2v2 mid.
That
But
was fun.
if it's a 1v1 here, I think doesn't Abaddon have the upper hand here for sure?
I think he does, but
Yeah.
my issue is the aphotic shield because
Mhm.
it's like you don't really like. I don't know. I like Mystic Coil or I like the Curse because you can force the issue.
The first point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Normally, I think a support Abaddons, you go for the aphotic or the Mist Coil.
I'm thinking it's because he got bursted on because
Right,
Gyro does
right.
so much damage that you
Mm-hmm.
you do need to protect yourself.
Gyro went for, but Gyro went for the. I think she went for the homing missile first. So now it has the barrage, but
Yeah.
ooh, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, you should usually go barrage first. Just the amount of potential damage it has is just so crazy. But yeah, so the lane is in the perfect spot, I think, for the Radiant. I think it's been pushed back a little bit. And there's a DD somewhere. Where's the DD? Oh, top
Yep.
rune. Oops. Oh.
Both dropping very low. Don't have bottles yet. Is the bottle on the career for the Ember? Yeah. No, probably not, right? Oh, it is. Oh, that's a quick. Oh wait, she got first blood, right? She was involved in first blood. So
Involved, yeah.
I was like, wait, oh, that's so quick. That's a super quick bottle.
And she's gonna get the DD. So I'll save this for later. And so she puts it in her purse. I'm assuming purse, right? Bottle, purse.
No, could just be pockets,
Okay.
Not,
I mean,
they're now they actually make clothes for women with real pockets,
really?
So progressive.
Whoa. Not like those fake packets?
No, real functional ones.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez, man.
High fashion.
Yeah.
It's at a new level.
What a time to be alive.
Oh, but the stun gets in on the Windrunner. He's going to look at the turnaround. Nope, the Blinding Light just pushes it back. And the stun, the Fire Blast on the Wraith King, he's just going to look to right-click this. But Merity is the actual offlaner here.
She is.
Gets the stun off one more time on the Wind Ranger. Hasn't skilled the second point because I think you just...
Holding it.
You're holding it, yeah. But she took a lot of damage from the creeps. Wow.
She only had one set of tangles anyway, so I think she'll be fine to hit back and probably grab a smoke and maybe rotate around a bit.
Okay.
Haska might need a bit of help mid, so...
A Blinding Light one last time to just kind of mess with the last hitting. And it seems like I love this, the Bloodlust. Oh, and the Fire Blast gets it on the Gandalf. He's going to try to run. Blinding Light one last time. Yep, and the Wraith King will actually just stun for the Windrunner. He's got nowhere to go. Sorry, Windrunner, Wind Ranger, I will call it interchangeably. Okay, I know that she's a Wind Ranger. But I don't even think Valve knew what the right answer was to that.
I mean, Outworld Devourer, Obsidian Destroyer, Skeleton King, Wraith King,
all the same.
nitpicking.
All the same. So a little bit more action here. So Abaddon.
Wait for the 1-1-1 here? Okay, you're the
I like
Abaddon
it.
player,
No, this
right?
works.
This works here?
Yeah, this works.
1-1-1.
The shield isn't that strong as a level 2. It's 140. Oh, but they get the stun off on the Undying. It's got nowhere to go. But my one thing is that I think that Abaddon is not using her mana efficiently enough, right? Like, she needs to be spamming the Mystic Coil. I don't see Gyro with a stick or the Undying, so you have full reason to, right? And then it just does... Okay, now he's starting to spam it.
Oh, she's miscoiling, yeah, but
I don't think so. I mean, she has 2 mangoes, yes, but the amount of regen, the 4.8. Okay, all right. Seeing that Gyro still had tangos, and then you're forcing the Undying to heal. Okay, I see the reason why she did that, but she does need to be more aggressive, I think, with her mana. Like, this is, you know what I mean? It should never be top, and so I think she always...
Ooh, Pacific actually getting a kill on Ligaya. I think she made a rotation over there for the bounty rune.
So the 5 minutes, catches out.
Find Gandalf as well.
Gandalf gets right-clicked, and Merity just kind of right-clicking. So it's funny, because I felt like Merity last game was... very, very technical and mechanical in her play. Right. And then now she's just playing the Ogre with, like, what, 2 buttons? Or
right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, not 2 buttons, but, it's just a run at you and smack you with the club.
Oh, gets a shackle. That's off the creep, but the...
She's not going to get a kill, but that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. But it does have a self. She should be fine. Yeah. Sherry just kind of chilling in the jungle.
See, she's opting to go for the chainmail also,
Yeah. Sorry, we're bouncing around because I just saw TP in the middle. But, okay. But the Wraith King now is just... the Coddle had left, leaving the Wraith King some time to get some space and to get a fast level 6, preferably. But do you go for Reincarnation level 6?
Wow, you normally don't want to, but I think with a Haska in the game, you might have to here.
Okay.
Because the one that the Haska wants to rotate on immediately would be the Wraith King for sure. You don't want to rotate onto an Abaddon lane.
Right.
So Wraith King is obviously the one whom you want to go for, and if you go for the Wraith King, you want to make sure that at least your team is centered around the Wraith King, and he has the reincarnation at 6. So at least now she's gonna be hitting 6 quite soon. But she maybe could hold it off till maybe 7.
Okay.
because the Husker isn't doing too well and may not rotate to begin with. Like Husker 27, and actually Husker's doing pretty well. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
wait. Sorry, the last time that I glanced at this, right, like Husker was I think like half the last hits from Ember, but I think maybe because Ember rotated a bit and gave Husker a bit of time to catch up on the last hit. So
I think it's funny that it has boots, but it's like, nah, I'm gonna backpack that. I don't want to use my boots yet.
how valuable could boots be?
Maybe she's trying to draw the person. You know what I mean? Have you seen this? Where they
Draw
have
the
through it.
person.
So you have like chainmail in the middle. It's like the body, and then you have.
Oh
one boot
right,
and then
right,
two
right, right.
boots.
The two, but then right now the shoe's not in the right country. It's not in the right place.
I'm not saying that it's perfect, but I'm saying that
She's
it's
just assembling the
potentially
pieces right
she's
now.
assembling the pieces. Yeah. So yeah, duh. This is obviously what she's gonna do, right? She's gonna put the face here. Like look, the salve kind of looks like a face, right? Do you not see that?
No.
You
just,
see it.
Just no.
No, you see it.
No.
No, because it's
no,
like
you,
a
you can't
unhappy
you
face.
can't force people to see things like that.
Look. If you take the same drugs that I'm on, you can see the faces that I've
Not
tried
so
to see.
loud, Gene. Not so loud.
Don't worry. We're broadcasting from Malaysia, so it's okay. We can get away with it.
I don't think drugs are legal in Malaysia.
I know, but they'll never
don't-
find me, Kappa.
Okay. Jeez,
I don't
the
know.
only white
Yeah.
dude in the only
But
white
where can they find you if they wanted to find you on social media?
holla
The
at
cows. Not me. I'm saying you.
Me. So my name's Ashley. You can find me Ashley Rita Wong on Facebook. And so basically, right, okay, you guys have been like wonderful following me and all that kind of thing. But guys, you have to follow my page, okay? If you follow my main account, right, the only thing you're gonna get there is like cat memes, okay, which not everybody likes. If you wanna get like esports updates, right, okay, then it's going to my page where I have like you can see me like casting inverted commas in my picture, in my profile picture. So yes.
That's the one on Facebook. That's the one you want people to go to?
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's a yellow, me in a yellow blazer. Today I'm in a red blazer, so
Okay.
it's different every time.
All right. Okay. Good to know. So follow her. Please give her a shout out. She's on Instagram as well and Twitter, I think.
Yes, Twitter as well.
All right. Good.
Hey, can you be more active on Twitter, dude?
I will try.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to tag you in things in things on Twitter.
Okay. All right. Oh, I love this taunt.
I love this
Oh,
dance,
he's got
the
the
Fortnite
dance.
dance, yeah.
Yeah.
Ogre sits at the top of the network here, like
Yeah.
at the top of the last and deny. It's like having a super fun time just beating people up.
But Sherry's been dancing the most, and I think we got to give her credit there, right?
Okay, right.
She's last hitting and dancing.
Yeah.
That is very hard to do.
That is true.
But she is kind of, core-wise, she is
That
kind
is
of
true.
on
She
the bottom.
is
But
practicing actually.
when
We're
you look good
practicing for a
doing it, it
dance
doesn't
comp.
really matter. And denying the range creep, which is always important. She has a little bit of a... Oh, the stun gets on the Windrunner.
Stun.
And the Fire
From
Blast
the
on
ogre.
the backside. Oh, but here comes the Skeleton Army, and they're just going to run at them.
Skelly Bros.
Okay, gets a stun one more time on the Windrunner. They're just kind of wasting a lot because she doesn't really have any regen. So kind of smart there, but you've wasted a lot of mana for not really much of a
No,
payoff.
but
Oh,
she has the Kotl,
Kato.
yeah.
Okay, all right, old man.
Top tower is under attack.
So level 4 Coddle. I would prefer that the Coddle, like at this point, you're either pulling or you're stacking, but Ember is coming on the
Ooh,
side.
the rotation
And
is...
the rotation, and they're gonna get
Verity.
Merity. Oh, gets a
She
Bloodlust
puts
on the
Blast
tower, but it doesn't
yeah.
really matter. And that's gonna be the death of the Ogre.
Dire's bottom tower.
I like it, the death animation of the Ogre,
Right,
but
on
it's still
top
spinning.
lane as well. Abaddon going down.
the Abaddon. Okay, level 6. Wait, I'm sorry. No borrow
Dire's
time?
bottom tower
Oh, she
is under
probably just
attack.
hit 6. A little bit behind.
Yeah, maybe didn't... I
That
don't
was
know. Wait,
interesting.
that's interesting. Was she
Yeah.
not going to go into borrow time?
Yeah, no, I don't think, I mean, she will soon, right? I think she just hit 6.
So wait,
So this is
Abaddon, they
5.
always put... Yeah, they always put borrowed time, right? Like,
Yeah, you have to go.
You have to go borrow. It's
Yeah.
not like Wraith King out or, like Luna out. Sometimes, you skip it entirely.
But she's saving the point for some reason. I don't know what, this is next level?
Saving it for the next game.
Next game, is that what it is? There might not be another game, okay? So now is the time to just push it. Mind you, she's still only level 5. This is... Like, okay, I can see why if you get bursted or something like that, you don't want to waste the borrow time, but I just feel like you just play safer, right? I don't know. Okay. Another thing I like is phase boots in first as opposed to the Vlad.
Right, she just picked up
components.
the Morbid Mask first, right? So,
Yeah.
but I thought maybe that she could have gotten the Ring of Protection, because that one is basically a lot of armor and helps you against the Gyrocopter. So
Yep.
the Morbid Mask, get the ring, and then after they go for your phase boots, then finish up the rest of your flats. But she has the flats recipe here. in her backpack. So
Yeah. I would prefer the ring at
yeah, I would prefer the
yeah.
ring for
I think
sure.
it's 500. So yeah, 525.
Yeah,
So
I mean
price
just the
is
ring,
same.
right? Yeah, it's the same. So
Yeah, and you get stats, but she's like, oh no, I like mangoes. I'm gonna stick with mangoes.
right, mangoes
Duh.
are more delicious.
So
I guess she didn't like it that much. That's why she didn't put a ring on it. So.
okay, but she's got borrowed time, so she's in a better position. This is like it's crazy because last game I felt like there were a lot more kills, especially in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
This one seems to be more about the farming and less about the killing. So Ogre here, level 6, phase boots, soul ring, and gonna get Midas first.
Yep, of course.
Is that
Yes,
the
I
guarantee
think
number one?
I
You
think
always
you just always go for a Midas and Ogre because even no matter how late you get it, you're always guaranteed that kind of multicast unless your luck really sucks, okay? But yeah, once you get the multicast, I think the Midas pays for itself much quicker than it would for a normal on a regular hero.
Okay. Is it luck or is it skill? With Ogre?
Combination of both. Combination of both.
Okay.
It does take a bit of luck to also miss, you know, not be able to multicast on any of your what do you call it, your Midases.
Yeah.
Have you seen the DOTA what the fuck one? The WTF video where the ogre casted Yules.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. With the Ember remnants
The Ember
in, right?
remnants
And then
in
he
like
tries to kill
all
everybody.
the remnants.
And then he heals everybody, yeah.
And then the Yules procs on
I saw that.
everybody.
I
I'm
saw
like, oh, that's not even ogre.
The
Ooh,
shackle, the jump in, but he's gonna get remnant away.
To
He
the
does
high
have
ground.
DD, but
There's a DD, but I think Lina is in the neighborhood as well, so.
she is level 6.
Is 6.
But I don't think she's gonna make a play. That's
yeah,
super
no,
dangerous.
That's way too dangerous.
What is the cooldown on life
Dyer's
breaks or
top
whatever?
tower
Really short, 12 seconds.
Dyer's
Is it? I think
structures are fortified.
super short.
Yeah, kind of a little rough here. So Abaddon here does have Vlads. It's gonna
Borrowed
go
time
wow.
got procced actually.
Energy booster.
Wait,
It's gonna go arcade
energy
boost.
booster?
So this is more of like a support build. I'm not a fan of this.
Yeah, I'm not. I much prefer the face boost. Oh, okay, the shackle.
Doesn't
the
borrow
latch.
time is being used as well. We missed a kill below, but it looks like Abaddon is probably gonna get. Yeah, there's no way to lock her down.
No, I mean
Dyer's
she's
bottom
riding a
tower
horse.
is
She's
under
pretty
attack.
fast. It's just
Oh
that.
wow, that's with borrow time down. Like,
Yeah. I think they. Okay, look. Now this is an issue here, right? On the side of the Dyer here that we didn't really
Dyer's
talk about.
bottom
It's the
tower
lack
is
of
under
long-range lockdown. You've got the
Radiant
shackle.
structures are
Yes.
You've
fortified.
got the homing missile, but the homing missile takes a while to get there, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you can kind of see the missile coming and you can take it out as well. So without that lockdown, they weren't able to really secure that kill on the Abaddon here.
Oh, it's a stun on the Wraith
okay.
King. He does have reincarnation. if she wants.
Reincarnation though. 20 stick charges as well, and
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Like she dances like off cooldown. Like this is we need like you know how there's like Midas efficiency. We
Yeah.
need like the dance
like
taunting
taunt
efficiency.
efficiencies.
Because I think Cherry's been on point to be
Yeah.
honest. Like her dance game has been like off the charts. But this is the power of Abaddon. Right?
Abaddon and Lina here, right? That we talked about.
Yeah, super strong. It's so difficult to lane against, and Gyro's kind of gotten that and is completely out of the lane. He's gone to the jungle, and so Abaddon's going to continue to push with this Vlads. This is like the old Beastmaster. Remember
Oh,
when
yeah,
Beastmaster had that
right,
face,
right.
right?
So she's actually still not going for the arcane boots yet, so I really hope she doesn't get that. Oh, the silence on the tower.
The homing
Homing
missile.
missiles coming in. They could turn for and hit this one, I think. Hello?
Oh, the Ember's
friend?
like,
Hello? Ooh,
the shackle, no.
Doesn't quite latch. It did seem like it was gonna latch actually.
Yeah, yeah. It was-
That one tree there, but
Like,
shackle is.
I think Wind Ranger is like my second most played hero,
Mhm.
right? And I have gotten some BS shackles. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Where
like-
I thought, oh, I missed this one, but it would like hook onto something.
I'm
Like that
wait a
has
minute.
happened. Yeah.
Ha!
I'm like, oh, I am good at this hero.
Channeling light of heaven.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel better than I really am. You know what I mean?
yeah. But then sometimes the shackle just don't latch, right? Like you're thinking to yourself.
Like I think that they won't, but sometimes they will like BS, like
Yeah.
some tree somehow,
Some
some
weird angle.
Yeah, it does latch. The missile?
Oh no, they can find the ember. The missile's gonna
No.
find the Koto, but I don't think they can chase. Again,
Okay.
they don't have that kind of lockdown. So that's gonna be.
Okay.
That's gonna be. It's gonna be hard, you know. Somebody has got to build maybe something like an Atos.
Yeah, somebody
but
definitely.
who?
To be honest,
Nobody's an Atos.
Uh,
Wind Ranger.
Wind Ranger. I I think has to.
But she has the shackle already, right? I would rather maybe if you want her to go for Atos, you just let her go for a blink instead, actually.
That is also true. But do you want to get close to this this lineup? Like Wraith King, Ember, Abaddon. I don't want to be near any.
Do you
of
just
those
want to be a
people.
shackle machine then?
Shackle machine? Yeah. Like honestly, that's what she's kind of doing in terms of 3 points into shackle
right,
already.
3 points into shackle. Yeah,
it-
normally you max the power shot instead, but
Right, and there's no excuse to miss a shackle if you're gonna get the Rod of Atos, right?
Right,
Because you
right,
can
right.
kind of. You're
I
almost
mean,
guaranteed
it's
to
the
get them.
same reason why like Pudge and Mirana they get Atos, but you know they still miss their hooks and arrows anyway. But well, look at Ogre,
Done.
gonna go down maybe.
Let's get some one more time.
Yeah.
The life break on the back end of this. The Will-O-Wisp is kind of keep him in place, but I think Huskard's gone
Jaina.
too far. He turned around and he got blinded by that light. But here comes a shackle, and then the Ogre's just gonna barely. Nope. He's gonna go down. The Windrunner is now here, but I don't know if you're hitting the right one. The Focus Fire. The borrow time has been triggered, and it looks like Undying is gonna continue to move on forward. The Abaddon does get
The
shackled on the
shackle.
trees. The Gyro's still around, but this Ember has been doing a lot of work in terms of sliding.
Oh,
He
they
does
took
get
the
the
Lina.
Lina. Okay, so 3 for 1. And it looks like they're going to at least take the top T2. The runes have just spawned. Through all that, the Wraith King was not even there. So you took a fight 4v5 from what I can tell, and you only lost 1 guy. So
And the
pretty-
Lina should have lived, honestly. I think she just wasn't watching her health.
yeah, the decay is kind of like, it's very deceiving
Yeah,
in
yeah.
terms of how much damage it does.
Because it's strength, right? So
Right.
you in your head you don't see the numbers.
Yeah, and then Lena's like, haha, strength? I don't need strength.
I don't need strength. What's that? I just need, damage.
Okay, so 2,400. Do you go Blink here, or do you go? What do you go?
You
Or do you
might
go,
be
like,
going for a
damage?
Radiance. I don't
Radiance,
know. Yeah, I think Radiance. But okay, so the only thing is that about this build is that once you go Radiance, right, like you're not fight ready. You still like want to get a couple of items, maybe like a Blink or maybe a BKB. So that's the signal that perhaps the Radiant could run away with this for a bit lah. But there is a Spirit Vessel already on the Radiant, and that's on the Ember Spirit already. So Ember gonna get a bit of help from the Abaddon, a bit of health. She's gonna remnant out of there, break the trees, get
One more
changed
slice.
out as well. Oh my goodness,
the Laguna
Lina!
catches him out. The borrow time is
But
not
the
being
ding,
it's
ding,
too
ding.
low.
The
The Abaddon's gonna walk
It's not
away.
gonna finish off the Abaddon.
And the
Lina.
Over. Oh, this is like one last time.
KJ!
What an outplay right there.
KJ MVP!
Wow. But X8 was just like the amount of dancing that she did, knew the limits of her hero,
Yeah.
had the third remnant which she needed just to keep herself alive, but literally they were just trying to catch her. Like, you know
Will
what I
they
mean?
be able to get this tier 2 now? They've
Yeah.
been working on it for a bit.
Oh, they earned this.
Yeah.
If they get, I mean, the creeps are now
Come
here.
on,
This should be the
Abaddon,
right
you've got to
push.
hit it. One. Oh crap, no, the hit's expired. Okay,
It's
3.
fine.
Let's go, let's go.
Fast enough.
Right.
There you go. So that's going to be the top T2. Good fight there. 10-3, 9K net worth lead. Gyro here still kind of farming. Needs that BKB to really do anything, to be honest. I think this is a
It's
good
the same
call.
as the last game, right? Like needing
Yeah.
that BKB before you can really do anything. This exact same build that she went actually.
Yeah.
The double Wraith Band into drums into right. Let's see, we have Relic on the Wraith King here.
Yeah. I mean, that's super fast. Well,
Decent.
decent,
It's
decent.
decent. It's
I mean,
not
she-
super fast, but
yeah. No, because, like, the Ogre had such a great lane. Oh, the slight. And he's going to remnant away. What a cheeky, I was going to say cheeky bastard, but that doesn't really, like, okay.
that doesn't go well. No, it's a cheeky little child kid. I don't know thingy. Oh, the Laguna's gonna go out actually onto the Gyrocopter, and they're gonna take down the Gyrocopter. Having found him in the offlane jungle. That ward actually that they placed there.
So this is Pacific Pink taking advantage of the map control and like completely forcing Gyro to like, you have no space. Like there's really not much you can do. The Wraith King is like almost there. The only thing that she has is an unused Midas.
Passive Midas.
Unnecessary, right? But her taunt
Midas.
efficiency has been good.
Midas. Okay.
There we
Right.
go.
She did minus the range creep.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Reported.
Reported. The Bloodlust on the tower. This game is looking to be very, very bad. Like, I don't know if Elite have been, phased, but this is a hard game, right? Just to come back from something where they're down 11K already.
Meredy had a pretty good lane, right? But the thing is that this is just an ogre, right? Like this ogre off lane strat has been it's fallen off for sure. It's no longer as strong as it used to be. Teams have figured out, ogre is just a big fat stun machine. If Ogre is your only disable here or your only main disable, then there's not much you can really do. Not much else you can really do. So,
Yeah.
again, the team relies a lot on Meredy and Ligaya. Ligaya has not also been having a. It's not okay. Not that she's been having a bad game. She always manages to find farm. It's just that she's not able to really help her team out with anything much because of just how limited the draft is in that sense. So I think this is a draft issue as opposed to a playstyle issue.
Yeah. Like Meredy, like is amazing with the Sand King. She was making plays, but like
Yeah.
Ogre
But
is
Ogre
like
isn't that sort of hero that makes
very
that sort of
linear.
plays, yeah.
right. Like you know he's coming. He's this like fat dude who's just gonna.
Well,
like,
if you don't see him coming, then you better get your eyes checked. You know, he's
Yeah.
got like 2 hits, one, and then like maybe 2 stomachs or something like that.
right, and but the thing is that like she was winning her lane. Right?
Yeah,
she got
they were.
ganked a couple times, so Pacific Pick did a good job of realizing that Meredy's up ahead. So now, if you're looking at net worth, she is close to the bottom, right?
Yeah.
And she's fallen off
She's
considerably.
normally not this underfarmed, right? Normally we see Ligaya doing very, very incredibly well for herself, and this is just it seems to be an off game, and this is it is quite a precarious game to be having an off game, you know, because this is your, what do you call it? They're already 1 game down, and they still wanna they're already 1 game down, and they still wanna. They want to make sure they at least win this next game so that they could possibly push this to a best of to the 3rd game, right? You want to go.
You gotta go the distance. You gotta fight
go the
this,
distance, right?
Now, mind you, if
Yeah.
Elite loses, yeah, they're out of the winners bracket. They still have potential to come back in the losers bracket. Those things, mind you, will be played tomorrow, so they still have a potential to get through, but it's gonna be a little bit tougher.
You just got to play more games to get there. Roshan.
And smoke up right on the back end of that. Oh, Abaddon with a halberd. I like that with
Oh,
all the
I
right
like
click.
that a lot, actually.
Oh, the
But they're
remnant in
gonna
4, the
find-
chains.
Oh no, the Gaia.
Wind Ranger was there, I think, but she's now deleted from the game. But okay, Ogre, great lane. She should not have left the lane, in my opinion. She should have just kept through pushing those towers, because you need
Right.
those towers to just create some space.
They haven't taken a single tower yet.
Yeah, and now this Wraith King is angry, has Radiance, Aegis, knocking on your doorstep. Lightbreak just trying to create some space. The Bloodlust making the tower unusually large. But there is a... They're going to continue. They get the stun off on the Ogre. He's got nowhere to go. The Wisp is not going to save them. And they're going to just have to push them back. The Yule's up on the Huskar. He's got nowhere to go as well. And then they're going to look to get the... Huskar goes down. No buyback there. And they're looking to at least get racks on this. The Day of the Dead is there with all of these zombies. They do end up killing the Wraith King, but he's just going to come back for 1 more death. He's a Gemini, and that's as the Undying goes down as well. The Shackle doesn't really latch onto anything. The stun gets off on the Windrunner, and that's going to be dead. 4 down. The Gyro's the only one still alive, just chilling in the fountain. Glyph has been used. What can they do?
What do you know? Haska didn't work out.
I think they were trying to be cute. It really didn't pay off, right? Like it was, the Huskars, you need to set it up with a team. Like he needs his friends.
So yeah, I remember that. I think that was a respect ban actually. That Pacific Pink banned out Meredy Sand King. Yeah. So they recognize the power of Meredy Sand King, and they realize, okay, yeah, we don't want to deal with that. Westage is going to give you Ogre, a hero with much less impact on the game. You know, much less of a game changer.
Like if this was a support, I get it. You know what I mean? But like in terms of damage, like the Huskar and the Gyro, Wind Ranger, those guys should be doing enough. But the Ogre hasn't really tanked enough. Like I don't know, the impact has been little, right? And we're seeing that in terms of her net worth. She's not getting kills. She's not really like she's getting bursted, right? And she's not been able to make team fight winning.
Yeah, I mean she's not that hero honestly that's supposed to do that. So I feel like she's just limited in the sense, you know, what she can do.
And so the Wraith King doesn't care. He's just going to go high ground.
I mean, yes, Aegis, right?
Yeah. As Aegis doesn't have his second reincarnate, so...
Right.
That's
so you're going to wait for a bit.
But Abaddon is there, and this is going to be super annoying just because the amount of shields, just the amount of sustain, right?
And the miscoil, right? You think you've got the...
Oh, the
my goodness,
Laguna on the Ogre. The Wisp is being used. They're going to try to kill out that. Nope. The stun up one more time gets the Wraith King, but he's going to continue. He's got 6 seconds. He blinks in forward. Aegis is getting knocked. Again, popped there. The Undying is now borrowed time on the back end of this. The call down is there. But the Remnant is going to Remnant away. The Wraith King is back, and he's got Reincarnate up. This is super tough. 3 down for 1.
Radiant's top tower
The
is
stun
under
in on the Wind Ranger. The chains. He's got nowhere to go. That's a dead Wind Ranger.
420! Okay, sorry.
420. All right. Yes.
Alright.
24 minutes, and they called GG.
bottom tower.
Wow. That was
That was very different from the first game, huh?
yeah. I think this was one of those things where you lost a game, you're not mentally in it, and then the draft got cute.
Right. I mean, I really didn't like the Huska pick, to be honest here. And that was not the pick to round at the end of the draft. And I think, yeah, putting Meredy on a hero like Ogre Magi just doesn't really help her case. You know,
Yeah.
she's usually the hero with 0-5 on the Huska. That feels bad, man.
Wow.
She's usually the player with the most impact in the game here, always showing up at fights, and influencing the fight in a very different way. So Ogre just doesn't do that. You want to give her a Sand King, a Abaddon, a Night Stalker. Those sort of heroes
Yeah.
really allow her to just show off, what she's really capable of. All right, so that will be the end of the series between Pacific Pink and Elite. Okay, so we will be going into the next series for today. It's going to be another best of 3, and it will be between Asterisk and Valor Esports. That will start at 3 p.m. What time is it now? It is 2:36 p.m. So you guys go get some food, come back, go get a pee break or something like that, and then we will be back with this game between Asterisk and Valor Esports. Very, very exciting games. Remember that these are the top teams of FSL, so we've got some good Dota coming your way. And yeah, so this is Hala, and I'm Ashley. We will see you in a bit.
Also, I just want to say real quickly, congratulations to Pacific Pink.
Right,
They made it.
congratulations.
We're going to see them in
coming
Singapore.
to Singapore for sure.
So awesome.
I'll
Okay,
see
so
you
we'll see you soon.
Pacific Pink.
And then we're going to be
I'm going to get their autograph for sure.
definitely. Yeah. So okay, we'll see you guys. We'll be back at 3 o'clock.